Hey, this is Ross Payton. This is just a reminder that the Kickstarter campaign for Upwind is still going on. If you like the previous actual play on Upwind, the Three Beasts, then please consider backing it because we can get this written as a stretch goal as a campaign for Upwind. And so please enjoy the first of the Three Beasts, the Beast of Scale.
Hey, it's Ross Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. We're playing Upwind, the Three Beasts, Part 2. This is the Beast of Scale. In the last session, a group of Explorer Knights from, let's see here, what did you name your ship?
The Tender Branch.
The Tender Branch, that's right.
Faust.
Because he is, Faust is not here, so Oren Hisbix is on another duty. There's a famine going on, and he needs to grow some crops.
So it needs some armed people to help.
Yeah,
he's the living grow house.
But you've got new reinforcements because you've gotten a full complement of crew back because of the ones that were lost due to the sadly due to various reasons. So to recap, you have found an ancient prophecy and a prophet who told you that there were three beasts coming to destroy the kingdom of the kin, and then they were going to destroy the children of the dark. But it seems, you're not 100% sure, but it seems that there's a conspiracy between certain members of the kin of your own species and the children of the dark to release these creatures into the skies. Perhaps you don't know why. Are they an apocalyptic cult? Are they trying to seek some way to control them? All you know is that there's three of them. You do have three beasts right now. You're right now hunting after the Beast of Scale. You do have a navigation needle, which is a little shard so it's not magnetized, but you put it in a special what they call a spherometer, and it's like a 3D compass, and it kind of points you to that waypoint. So you have three navigation needles. But if you stop back at Outpost Stalwart, I'm told your Knight Commander Valerian, you've captured the captain of a freighter that had attacked you and had been harrying you the entire time. You also retrieved his captive, the blind prophet, Darkling Prophet. I think you gave him a name.
I can't remember. Did we call him James or Steve or something?
Yeah, you gave him some sort of name. I should have written that down.
We're going to forget conveniently to start calling him Kevin. So,
that's fine. He wasn't given a name. He is blind, and he is just a simple blind prophet who seems to know weird things. But let's introduce our two new cast members. Of course, we have Narius and Talur returning, but let's go.
Hey.
Yes. Dan, please introduce your character.
I am Oleg.
All right.
I grew up wrestling bears. I was told there's a beast that needs wrestling.
All right.
I am here to help.
Well, did you have a drink with Bear after the wrestling?
Possibly.
He's good.
The bear fought clean. Dirty fighting bear, no drink.
No drink for dirty.
Yeah. No claws below the belt. Like, that's foul play. I mean, so
that's not, I'm totally gonna have that in my head now with you. Just sit there like Corey says, "It was all right, Bear. You did good."
Yeah.
Bear starts laughing, boobs out of his hand.
And then of course we have Michelle.
Yeah, I'm playing Twy. I'm a 12-year-old girl.
The youngest
Totally.
Explorer Knight,
Yeah.
This is a very anime setting, so like precocious child prodigies.
Kind of a telepathic, telekinetic kind of, I can manipulate minds and stuff. That's super handy.
So are you like River? Also, I can kill you with my brain.
Yes, and in fact, now I'm going to change one of my things to that exact line because that's so much better than what I had. I can kill you with my brain. Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
Teamwork. That's how it works. But as Oleg and Twy are making their way to Outpost Stalwart to take their new assignment because three beasts are out there, it's a major, dilemma. Every Explorer Knight in the Kingdoms of the Kin are looking for these things and trying to understand what they are. Oleg, as you're on your way to the outpost, you're on a highland, which is what they call the giant Sky Islands, heading to just walking up the road to Outpost Stalwart. When a blind, or well, not a blind, but like a pathetic-looking beggar asks for alms. Oh, please, can I have some alms? And sort of goes near you holding his alms bowl up.
Flick a coin into his bowl.
Okay, as you flick the coin in, he rushes forward, grabs your wrist in one hand, and in the other hand he has a blade. So this is going to be your example challenge. There's an assassin trying to kill you, disguised as a beggar. So how do you want to deal with this? And let's set stakes first, because part of this is obviously setting stakes before we resolve it. I'll say this is one assassin is no. They clearly underestimated you. This is a 1-card challenge. So. What do you want to do if you win this outcome? For example, you could just, kill him and eviscerate him and leaving nothing behind, or you could beat him and capture him and try and wrest some secrets out of him. Or you could go even further and make it a more challenging thing if you wanted to get a even better outcome.
So I can only use one thing at a time?
You can only use one ability. That will represent how many cards you get to play. I told you what the difficulty is. I only get 1 card.
Okay, and that ability tells you what suit I can play.
Yes, and how many cards. Both your suit and how many cards you can play.
Okay.
So you could, for example, you could fight him, obviously, but you could try to reason with him. If you had some sort of charismatic or booming orders, you could just order him to stop.
I was going to say, it's like that's a skill, though.
No, you could use ability, skills, or potential.
Okay, so I'll use booming orders to just cow him into stopping.
So what do you want the outcome to be?
That
you could have a narrow outcome, like you just defeat him, a broad outcome, you get some additional advantage, or a life-changing outcome. He becomes a boon companion somehow, or he reveals something important to the plot. I will probably raise the difficulty if you want to do that. For example, you could try and figure out some way to engineer a cache as some sort of bonus later on. Perhaps he leaves something behind that could be useful.
Just get him to stop the assassination attempt and tell me who sent him.
All right, who sent him? All right, so that's only a 1-card challenge. Are you going to let him go if he tells you, or are you going to capture him?
I'll let him go.
All right. I will say if I win, though, you do manage to stop the blade. But he gives out a veiled threat and will return in a future scene to menace you.
Okay.
So, let's see here. All right. So I'm going to play my card. Oh, I don't have... I put my card face down. I told you it's a 1-card challenge. I don't have any caches to play, so I can't use that. So you, booming orders, how many cards does that have?
2.
2. So you put 2 cards down. What suit does it use?
Spades.
Spades. All right. So you can put 2 spades face down. And if one of them is an ace, or obviously this is combat, a king, you could put that down as well and then crown it to get basically draw a card, the top card from your deck, play deck. And so you get 3 cards to mine 1. Okay? And you can also, do you want to use a cache?
No.
Okay. All right, so we flip them over. All right, so you have a 9 and a 6. I have a 10. But this is a king, and this is definitely combat. So I'm going to crown this, which means I draw the top from my deck, and I get an 8.
Oh.
So that beats a 15. So I did that just so I could demonstrate the crowning mechanic. So I said no, so it goes through what I say, which is he gives you a veiled threat. The circle shall break your spine and break your spirit. And then smoke bombs away, and the beggar assassin will be a 2-card cache that I can use.
Well, I have to know, Ross. Did he really throw an actual smoke bomb? Just smoke bomb and run away.
He actually had one.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
I was just going to does knock over a stall somewhere to knock a bunch of oranges down and runs away.
Yeah, something like that. So
then I draw 2 cards to replace.
Yes, you draw back up to your full
Just
hand.
watch him go. I can still see you run. I know right where you are.
I
can see nothing.
So that was an example of setting stakes. Now I could have put my stakes as he wounded you or something like that, but I didn't want to do that off the top of my head.
Right.
There's also one guy, so
And having a cash to hang over her head is fun.
yeah, no, I get it. I have a 2-card cash now
Okay.
that I can use whenever he shows up again. Now I can only use 1 point of that cash per play, but I get 2 plays to use it. I will definitely use that. So, so try.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
You are also on your way, and as
Tell me you're skipping. Tell me you're skipping.
I don't know if she's that kind of.
I'm not that kind of girl.
The concept, I would imagine she's kind of just like wandering, aimless, like kind of like not even in a straight line.
Maybe
Back and
floating.
forth.
I don't know.
Floating, maybe? No,
Okay.
I'm sticking to the shadows.
Okay.
I look like the first time someone's like, "Oh, hi, little girl. How are you?" You will die on September 7th.
So your challenge is because of your size and because of your age, you have to book passage on another skyship to get to Outpost Star Wars. So this happens before anything else. And there is a very matronly lady there who just says, "Oh, you little thief! Look at you stealing a knight's blade like that, carrying around like it was your own. Give that here and turn yourself into the authority." So they don't believe. So this is a 1-card challenge. This elderly lady is causing a major scene.
Your soul is mine.
Major scene, basically saying that you're not a real knight. You're too young to be a knight. So,
And she's already seen me.
well, you had to actually get on the ship, and like knights aren't allowed to steal things or steal past, be a stowaway. So you got to use your bat.
Okay.
Again, this is the 1-card challenge to explain it. Show you again.
True.
So it's a 1-card challenge. So what do you want to do? What ability do you want to use? Or skill or potential?
Right.
If you use your potential, though, you're using from your potential hand.
Gosh, right now I don't want to use that so early.
I will say that this will fully regenerate because you will have time to rest between now and when you meet up with the rest of the group.
Oh, okay. So I could go ahead and use it just to try it out. Yeah, I'm going to Jedi Mind Trick her.
Okay. How many cards does it have?
It's 3.
3. All right. Okay.
It's super powerful.
Well, I just said I got 1, so I get 1.
Aces are high, right?
Yeah.
Not low.
They crown everything.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They
Yeah,
just
I don't want to use all
Double
my good
check it.
cards up first either.
Well, I mean, okay, wait. So I would still have to discard these and not be able to get those back until later.
Well, you get to reshuffle once your potential hand. Once one of your decks is fully out, then you reshuffle it and redraw. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't know what I put down.
This is true.
So you don't have to play your 3 full cards.
This is also true.
And you could use one of your other abilities too if you don't want to use Jedi Mind Trick. That's just the most direct way.
Yeah.
So,
You know what? Yeah, I think I will. Hold on, let me make sure. Some of these cards. Okay, yeah.
okay, let's set stakes.
I'm gonna change this up.
Okay, so let's set stakes then.
Okay.
What do you want to do if you succeed?
If I succeed, I will be given passage on this ship for a reduced price, and it will be like a super fantastic cabin in this ship.
Okay.
And, meals brought to me, and basically first class.
All right. And I will say, if you succeed, you still get passage on the ship, but you cause an outrage that people don't believe. You actually start some bad rumors about the Explorer. They're letting children in. This is awful. This will be a 1-card cash that will play in a social situation whenever you are present. It could be like, oh, you're the controversial Explorer Knight all of a sudden because. So this will be what happens if you fail. So what ability are you, or what are you using?
I'm gonna use. I read that in a book once.
Okay.
Be like, actually, I'm not the youngest.
Okay.
There have been many younger than I am, and here's the rules about being an Explorer
so
Knight. And
how many points?
That's 2.
2. So you get to use 2 cards.
Okay.
And what suit is that?
Diamonds.
So there are 2. You have 2 diamonds.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now this is so that's still the king is still worth 10 points, but it's not combat strategy. I guess it is diplomacy.
Yeah.
You could or forceful authority. So actually, you could make you could crown it. So go ahead and crown it.
Do I have to choose just the top card off
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
off
hand? Off the deck?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, another 10.
Yeah. All right.
that's
So
nice.
it's a resounding speech. In fact, there is a rule: if you beat them by quite a large margin, that you can have additional benefits. So the reporters take note of it. Your speech is transcribed.
Major flings herself off the ship in disgrace.
She is disgraced. I will give you a 1-card story cash whenever you cash in that reputation in the social scene. So
Okay.
as the master orator. You
So
can
right
resign.
then
It's not the age of my body, but the age of my spirit, my fighting spirit. Something like that. So draw back up.
Okay.
And there we go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So there you go. There's your sample challenges, and you two meet up with the rest of the crew of the Tinder branch. And you're given a briefing from Commander Valerian, who is
Hello?
Do we already know them from the academy at all?
you probably know the reputation.
Okay.
I'm famous now.
Yeah, you've heard the news reports about young Twy, the spirited youngest member of the Tory Knights.
Twy, the girl of the hour?
Yeah.
I think we gotta work that.
That's
great.
awesome. Like, no. Chocolate. Have a chocolate bar.
Oh, I love chocolate. Thank you.
You bet.
Good choice in the story you cited, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't like how that one
Did
ended
you make
later.
them cry?
There was
Some people,
weeping. Yeah.
some people cried. Yeah.
Excellent.
I once was brought unfavorable candy. Did not happen again.
Like, what, like, I approve of your skin tone.
And Oleg, it's great. They said they were going to send somebody that I've heard such wonderful things about. You just had this great era of. I mean, it'll be fantastic. Obviously, I'll keep the ship going a lot of that. But I mean, seriously, the boarding crew could
First
use
rule
somebody.
of leadership: only talk when necessary.
Sure, it sounds fantastic. I love that spirit.
As
We're gonna go on
when you
fine.
were like, and hey, oh my gosh, look at you. Aren't you a big fella?
All right, so you all talk. You all.
I invite them into the nicer part of the mess hall.
Yeah.
Because
The
that's
officers.
benefit. I mean, yeah. And you are officers.
We are officers.
Yeah, you're in the office work. You have a map set out, and you kind of have to plan your first move. Where are you going to go?
So, wait, shall we exploit it? Like, hey, what sucks about being an officer?
Oh, come on.
Nothing.
Come on. No. Tulor, that is not cool. Because, really, I don't know if you realize this. I made a point of the chef actually moving some of the better, food out to the...
Look.
We need to make sure that they're well fed. I mean, it's very important. And if they start hating us, they might mutiny. Oh, remember that time they almost did?
Like, well, they were under the effect. They were under magical, effect.
It doesn't matter. We are magical effects.
We need to be inspiring magical effects.
Exactly. So we can't be doing that. It's totally not cool, man.
It's fine. I'll bring here some stuff from my personal stash.
All right, that's cool. Okay, so
I stole it, by the way.
I do not need to hear that. Okay, so we've got.
You know I steal things, right? I do.
That's kind of against the explorer night.
Like,
Not from the ship.
it's like it's still
From our enemy.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Okay.
I think you do.
So we've kind of got this bit roll out the map. We've got some basic general directions of it's like a bunch of markings for arcs and shit, just of possible.
Well, there are 2 basic leads, and you can obviously come up with more if you want, if you have some ideas. But one is you have the needle itself. You could try and track the beast directly. From what you could tell of its size, it's as big as a sky island itself. It's absolutely massive.
I was going to say that arcs.
We're going on a bug hunt here.
So with the arcs on the map are like the field that we've already determined it should be in based off of early needle readings. That kind of thing.
And the other lead is you could go to Archive Cogent, which is in the Rockheart Kingdom, which is a few days away. But they have one of the finest libraries of Masters scholarship of the Masters ruins and their technology in the entire kingdom. And it's also the closest archive. So you could go there and try and research because you found numerous ruins and signs and symbols, markings of what the beast of the scale was. So you could try and figure out more about what this beast is and maybe if it had some sort of secret weakness. But from judging from its size, from the tin it was kept in, it's larger than anything you've seen before. You have no idea if your weapons have.
Maybe
you would even feel the impact.
Maybe
of
we
your
could
weapons.
reason with it.
You could. That is certainly an option. That would not only put you at risk, but everyone else's lives at risk too.
I personally think
because you probably have to get really close to do that.
It might just be my thing. I mean, I'm all for research, but I believe in it running a more egalitarian ship. So I mean, we're all officers here, but I think we should all kind of, do you have any other ideas? I mean,
I think regardless, it's going to end up with a fight on our hands. I think the more we know about it, the better.
Okay. So.
I tend to agree. I think we should study it.
Okay.
Let us find where we can put the grapple hook into it.
Fantastic.
All right.
We'll set a course.
So, of course, if that size is any indication, though, I have no idea how the hell we're going to do it. Unless there's a big glowing spot on its head or something.
Funny you should mention that. Back in about 200 years ago, there was an incident. No, I'm sorry, you had that bored look. Okay.
I should just look at shoes.
All right, what's the course?
All right, so you head on to the Rockheart Kingdom, which is a massive highland, hundreds of leagues across. And in fact, there's one thing that you cannot fly directly to the Archive Cogent directly, because the wind comes up from the dark, straight up. It's a vertical thing. And the thing about those highlands is they're solid, so like the wind doesn't go through them. So your sky ship would actually not fly directly over it. The Archive is inland or up country. As they say, and that's in what they call a wind shadow. You have to get several leagues above the island before you can fly over it, before the wind starts pushing up again. So what you have to do is you have to dock at the edge of the kingdom and then get on board. They have spark trains, which are essentially, magical, steampunky kind of things, but powered by electricity. A lot of windmills, and
Tesla coils.
And Tesla coils in this kingdom. A lot of wind power, weirdly enough. So, as you're flying, you are making good speed, but about the second day in, the first engine mate comes up, rushing. Captain, Arcweevil's in the engine chamber. I don't know how they got there. One of the spark bottles is just shattered open. One of the new ones we got from the outpost.
Oleg. It's. I remember reading. Are you good with the machines?
The entire ship at this point shudders as it starts falling.
I'm good at taking care of pests.
Perfect.
Okay, so who wants to deal with this? This is definitely going to be. Well, you haven't. Who's going to check out the engine chamber first? Everything is powered by electricity, so it's like steampunk but with electricity. So Tesla punk kind of thing. Magic. Look, you're going down first. All right. So you go in there. You've heard. Arcweevils. They're ubiquitous problem whenever there are arcane electrical devices. They are artifacts of wild potential magic that manifest within the working of these devices. They rarely are seen as they occur within wires and circuits, but they can be heard, felt, and even smelled as they interfere with the normal functioning of a device. You hear electrical popping, pitched keening, increased vibrations, and overheating, as well as the persistent smell of ozone. So they are basically, gremlins. They are causing damage to the ship. You don't know how you got them. And they are causing some, if left unchecked, they're going to destroy your engine, and then your ship will start falling, which is bad, because if you start falling, you either hit an island really hard, or you just never stop falling.
So they're made out of electricity?
They're electrical spirits, essentially. They call them Arcweevils, but they're just ghosts in the machine. So you can, there are multiple ways of dealing with this. So, for example, you could try to overcharge one of your spark bottles, which are basically batteries, and then cut it off from the system, basically trapping them, and then just throw the spark bottle overboard, or discharge it, which would be hard to do unless you had something to ground it on, like going to a nearby island and ground it in the dirt. Or if you had some sort of mechanical ability, you could just try to discharge them all safely. So this is more of an intellectual, or you could just figure out. You justify how you want to use your abilities, or skills, or potential. Like you have ore, so if you could create something that's really good insulating them, you could again try to trap them by basically insulating them out of existence, and then.
was going to offer to help, but I don't think water would be
Oh yeah.
the
Also,
best option here.
this also I should bring up teamwork and collective plays. One thing you guys could make different plays to try and reduce the difficulty of an existing play. For example, in this case, someone else could like diagnose the problem or get a sample arc weevil, and that would put you at risk to like capture one and put it in a spark bottle so you could study and figure out how to get rid of the rest of them. Or you could do team plays where everybody else, you choose an ability, then you contribute a card. If it's a 2 or if it's a 3, it counts as a 3. If it's anything else, it counts as a 2. But then it also puts you at the risk of any consequences. So,
Okay.
so there's a risk to it as well. You could use potential plays if you have an ability. So anybody can try and make a play for
Actually, so I could actually give you if I go with you, I can give you a 2-point boost to lure them in. Because I am sporting a 2 that will actually help with that.
Yeah, so again, these are just electrical spirits that are damaging your engine. So you can isolate them through troubleshooting. You could trick, if you put a lot of electricity in one system, they'd be drawn to that. Then you could physically remove that system from it. They'd be trapped in that one system. They couldn't jump from things. They can't jump through open air. They have to jump from system to system. You could do a piloting check to just land on a nearby sky island, so you could...
how about I use booming orders to get the crew to isolate them and throw them off to the side of the ship?
Yeah, you could use leadership. All right, so this is a 2-card challenge. And I will say, so what do you want to happen if you succeed?
That we manage to eliminate the
Infestation.
and not lose any time.
Okay. I will say if you do, if you fail, you you temporarily lose power. So you have to go to a nearby wild island, which is overgrown with you have to land near an island, and you don't know what lure, and you'll make a lot of noise. So whatever lives there will know you're there. So there might be a future complication from that. So, so that sound good?
Is it okay if I help us? Basically, I'll narrate something and put myself in a little bit of danger, but I'll give you a small boost.
It's up to you.
I'm
resources.
Okay.
I'm going to be using Fadeaway Fighter to act as a distraction.
Okay.
For a minor.
You can take a spark bottle and just go.
I'm just like, I do something to get their attention.
All right. So if you fail, then you'll take a minor wound because you're putting yourself at risk, and some of your crew members will be injured as well. So that'll further reduce your thing. So you get to add your card, and then I'll put my 2 cards in. All right. I got an 11.
Got an 18
plus my 2
with a crown.
All right.
Since it's leadership.
Yeah, definitely. All right. All right.
30 total?
Yeah, 30 total. All right.
That was totally unnecessary. Sorry.
I'll give you a 1-card cash. You get 1 spark bottle full of arc weevils. So you have a 1-card cash. You can use this spark bomb to sabotage enemy ships or structures.
I has thing.
Who has things? So good job.
Great work, Oleg. I wasn't even necessary.
Like, I was totally extraneous.
I also ditched a low card so that I can draw.
Yeah.
You son
Oh,
of a bitch.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Look at you, strategy.
But that's why I raised the
Look at
consequences.
this.
Yeah, I know.
Look at this
Definitely.
guy.
I would have
This
accepted
freaking
it.
guy.
Yeah. Well, I can also. It depends, if everybody starts doing that every single time, I'm going to raise the consequences, even if you succeed. Because
Right.
It's an occasional trick that might work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you use it just to keep cycling through cars to get to that,
it was partially because I didn't know what you were going to pull,
Yeah.
and partially because I also wanted to demonstrate the mechanic
Yeah,
of
this
assisting.
was
So
very
it's
helpful.
a lot of purposes. Yeah.
So that's the only major problem you have on your 3-day trip.
Okay.
Everyone's potential is full. Everyone's fully healed, so you manage to get to the Kingdom of Rockheart pretty easily. And it's a major kingdom. There's numerous kingdoms and polities in the kingdoms of the kin. They're all united by what they call the Convocation. I believe that's basically like the UN, like they're all no one's supposed to war with each other and all this other stuff because you're all supposed to be united against the children of the dark,
Right.
And so there's different governed types. This one is a kingdom with an actual king, but there are other political systems out there. But I'm sure you really care.
Circle a few times, find a cool place to park.
Well, there are docks for sky ships.
I was thinking,
and there's a night outpost, of course. God, what is it? Let's see here. Night outpost. Give me a cool sounding name. I didn't think of that one.
Integrity.
Integrity. There we go. All right, integrity. So they'll look after your ship. They'll double check the images, make sure there's no more arc weevils. They're very confused why they were there. They thought, I mean, they're kind of mysterious creatures, but usually it's more for the
Can someone
extended
put them there
journeys.
deliberately?
It's possible.
Are we going to take the bomb with us or leave it on ship?
I do not understand why we wouldn't.
Yeah, you can take a big dangerous bomb with you, sure.
Like, I'm gonna take this.
All right,
I'm gonna take this
careful.
suitcase nuke with me.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're doing.
Tom, backpack.
So
And not tell anyone about it.
Right.
you book passage on the Spark train, which is it's just an electrical train.
Choo choo.
It's got hundreds of people on it, multiple cars, and it'll take you a day to get to Archive Cogent. So, are you guys doing anything in town before you board and head on your way? It's quite a lovely train trip.
In my case, I mean, I'm like checking out.
Dude,
some
yeah, I
shit.
say let's totally milk the train trip. Like, just have drinks and isn't this?
Is this essentially Highlands kind of territory?
Yeah,
So this is
you're
like
in Highlands.
home for me.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah. It's like
It's very civilized.
It's a great place. Oh no.
The dock
totally
city is very urbanized. It's
We should
very-
check out. There's this great cafe down this way. There's a bookstore. I have to stop at the
Oh yeah,
bookstore.
go to the cafe. It's like, well, if I get this yummy sounding dessert, it would go straight to my thighs. But I don't care. I'm getting it.
Okay. So you can,
We do like a few small things here and there, just
Sure.
stock up.
Yeah, like that's actually sightseeing.
I bring this up because you can suggest plays on your own too if you want to do something, proactive. Like, I want to figure out who that assassin is, that tried to kill me early on.
Actually, the bookstore thing.
I want
might-
to see if there's any rumors about the Beast of Scales.
We may be heading to the best archive ever, but smaller bookstores sometimes have little known.
Do you want to make a play, or do you want to?
I will
spend
try to make a play, I guess.
Okay, you could just spend a card too, potentially.
But do I want to spend potential for it, or just want to?
Well,
I'm doing.
because there's going to be consequences if you fail this.
I know. I'm going to try to be a little bit sneaky. I am a smarty man.
Okay.
Is this smarty man, or I know all the things?
Tell me what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to find some old hidden bits of lore in some books somewhere that wouldn't have made it into the archives, maybe, or might be harder to find there.
Okay.
I can think of like finding those old rare books that nobody even thought to look at twice.
Okay.
This is. So I'm thinking it's kind of a smarty man thing.
All right.
know how to spot these
I
things.
will say yes. You will get a lead on a topic of interest.
And it'll, I'd like this. Maybe it will help us in our actual search in the archives,
And
or it could be an actual thing. Up to you.
I'll say this is a 2-card challenge.
Okay.
And if you do this, you will not alert people who realize you've learned too much until you're already on the train.
Right, and this could also help us again in our later search. I'm just trying to be.
If
very,
you fail, though,
oh god, I tripped off everything. So.
you will have alerted people who would definitely not want you to know this information.
Gotcha.
And they will take means to stop you and take a. So
I almost want to fail, so we have to fight on top of the train.
so well.
I don't know though. I don't know. We'll
It's
see.
a 2-card challenge.
Okay.
Let's see here. I have this card and I have this card. So I will use these 2 cards. So again, basically you're getting information that you're not supposed to have. And
Just for my knowledge, edification again. Caches, we call those before we flip or
Yeah.
after? Okay, so I'm not going to cache. All right.
yeah, I believe so. I'll double check someone looks at the rule PDF and looks on caches, but I'm pretty sure you do it before.
Okay.
I don't look it
So you're
up.
going to call your people on that one?
Yeah.
Let
yeah.
me get my people.
It's in the PDF. If someone looks up the PDF,
Yeah.
we all have. But
What do we
anyway.
look like? What do we look
But I
like?
don't
What do we
want-
look like? A PDF look upper?
Yeah. No, not him, because you're actually reading the
Yeah,
book.
I'm actually-
You're actually playing the game.
I will
Much
look it
different
up
thing.
while you're
I think it's around 30 or something like that. Anyways, all right, we play. This involves trickery and deception.
So this does.
It does. So we're both crowning. So 7, 10. Oh, wow.
Boom.
Did you do it?
You
29.
did.
Nice.
29 versus 15, 22.
How's this? I have a close call. I snatched the book up from somebody else who was looking for it,
Yes.
and he almost
I don't see how they
notices that I
freshen
did
your
it,
breath.
but then
Just
I
like
just
candy.
vanished into the crowd because I fit in here.
Yeah.
Delicious banana.
As you look through the book that you're supposed to grab, it's in the fiction section. It was just a novel, and
good.
you realize that you look through the book itself. You realize it is a novel, but there are markings on it, little numbers along certain letters, and you realize you found a cipher. This is a secret communication meant from one person to another. So this will be a resolving that this. You could use potential on that.
Okay, I guess I can do that.
Yeah. Because you have the whisper.
Yeah, she whispers in my ear.
Yeah.
Does it matter how high I spend on that? Or
No, it's a random discard. Remember?
Oh, yeah, random discard. Okay, so. Wait, random discard from my hand. All right.
Yeah.
Crap. Not from the deck. All right.
Nope. No, I'm fine.
Oh,
An 8.
Oh, good. You didn't grab that. All right, cool. And that's already spent.
Yes. So with an 8,
You watched the Minions movie?
Yes.
you realize this is a message that mentions Tender Branch in it. Tender Branch is on route. Prepare a welcome for them. Our cause is not lost. So you've intercepted a secret communique. They are communicating about you in particular.
This is a story.
I very quickly try to track down members of the group, get back to them, and I'll start very nervously and wildly gesticulating at the different ciphers. Then somebody tells me to shut up and get to the point.
No, but I want to hear. Continue everything.
Okay, well, see, it was really a simple replacement cipher, but then they put it into a spiral cipher, and that's where it gets really interesting at that point. And then
spiral
there's the page
spiral
numbers.
cipher.
Spiral.
That's awesome. Keep going.
Yeah, and it really cross-references 3 different works with their page numbers, but then it collates in this order. And really, it's to be really smart to figure it out, or have their initial cipher. But I don't have that. But it's okay. I've got it covered. They knew we were coming.
Holy Darkling Balls. Continue.
Here it is. 28. Cash cards must be committed to a given play before the bids are reviewed.
Okay, good.
All right.
Yay, we did it right.
Only a single cash can be played to a given play.
We followed the rules.
We did follow the rules. All right.
Good to clarify. So anyhow, I tell the group they knew we were coming. They're using ciphers. There's some kind of conspiracy going on here. It's got to be. And
you realize in order for them to communicate this, they must be using some sort of magical communication method, wind whispering or something like that.
Or
too.
they could be combining potentials, because I believe we discovered last time after that weird mind meld moment. I think that was it.
The prophet. Yeah.
Yeah, that they can combine potentials where we can't. Because they're all boss, so...
Ooh. So yeah, they can use all 4 elements in a given magical ability. They use there actually are rules for playing dark Children of the Dark, but we're not going to get into that. So.
okay.
Not now.
It's
Not now.
complicated.
So do you guys continue on as planned, or are you going to take methods to?
I mean, we could do something, or we could just pretend nothing's wrong. Like
Do we have we find another guy named Igor who's an expert on this stuff? Because clearly we need an Igor.
That could be. Do you want to make a play?
See if we can find somebody.
Yeah.
Who is it? Anyone good at locating people?
Tracker of some kind.
I just know things, and I already use my...
You could either find, you could use this as a story thing to get a lead on the conspiracy.
Security expert?
Yeah. That would definitely work.
So, security expert, a polite way of saying thief.
Yeah.
By the way, I need a moment here.
Okay.
I took out the wrong suit.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna go ahead and
just put all your cards in, shuffle it.
Yeah.
What suit are you using?
I'm supposed to be using clubs, and I had it as spades.
Oops.
That's fine. That's an easy mistake. That's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, if it was one of the red ones, you could totally shake your head and shame at me.
I'll do it anyways.
Well, if you don't want to make a play, you can make a play later on. But you guys realize time is of the essence at this point.
Yeah, let's
I said let's get to the train, but
Okay.
I'll put the word out that I'm looking for
Keep an
someone.
eye out.
Okay. Well, once you're ready to draw cards, we'll do that. So you get on the train, the Spark train. It takes off. They load not only passengers but cargo in it. There's a lot of trade between the various kingdoms. Some kingdoms produce lumber, some produce ore, food, and then of course arcanotech. Sheep. Well, there's also arcanotech, which is like the salvage stuff. So meat, shoes, yes,
Candy bars.
commerce. It's wonderful. What kind of measures are you guys taking? Are you gonna use your rank, and if you just say you're explorer knights, you basically get free in the first class section, free seats in the first class section.
So they know we're coming anyways.
Or you could be back in the crowded, lower class section. Or you could sneak into the cargo section.
Yeah, that's where I'm going, is the cargo.
With no food or water. You have to bring your own in.
And how long is this trip?
It's about a day.
First class.
Because they have these fancy flush toilets now. The newest technology, yeah.
It's incredible.
It is.
I'm not a sneaky man. I'm a smarty man. I mean,
you could split up too.
it's you guys' call. If the group wants to stay.
Well,
in the
it sounds like Tuler's going first class.
So, is anybody else? Does anyone else have other ideas?
Why would I care whether or not they're coming after us?
Actually,
Okay,
if they come after us here, we'll kill them.
So we'll just occupy.
They
first.
tried once and they suck at it. So
Okay. So Twilight, it's up to you. I mean, I'm going to go in the first class as well because I figure group strength in numbers.
They tried to kill me. It was embarrassing for them. I love talking as you. I'm sorry.
I caught the knife with my pectoral.
I also killed a man with pectorals.
Alright, well, you guys
I killed a man with this thumb.
Yeah.
you guys have fun first class. I'm gonna go hang out in the cargo.
Okay. What's in the cargo? What kind of stuff do you think would be in there? It could be like machinery. It could be just commodity.
Mostly like
cows.
dry goods. No, like I'm just picturing crates and barrels full of
Crates
not
and
crate and barrel, but crates
red
and
barrels.
barrels full
Are
of.
these flammable or explosive?
Are they
crates or
red barrels?
pickles.
No, yeah, like pickles
Okay,
and
okay.
Panther pickles.
you know, jugs of mead. I don't know.
Like,
Whiskey.
as long as they're
you know.
Panther brand pickles.
Yes, of course.
There we go.
All right. So,
mostly food.
because we're splitting off, we'll do yours first. Actually,
All right.
Several hours in the trip, you're going over a.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. All right. So we'll get to you next. But as you're back there, are you eating pickles or just sleeping, meditating,
I am.
or reading, or what?
I'm looking through the cargo.
Okay.
I feel like there's something in here that maybe I don't know. I'm just checking to make sure everything's all fine. But yeah, I'm also.
There is some. Okay.
you
I
some
will
of them.
say for free that there is one box with a bunch of components of like Arcanotech that seems to be mislabeled. It's differently. It's not labeled as such. It's labeled as winter jackets.
Yes.
So it might just be an innocent mistake. You don't know. So you find that out for free.
Okay.
But as you're pondering this, you hear the doors on the opposite side. From the car right in front of it slide open. So I assume you hide.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to make a thing to hide.
Okay.
The cargo door slides open. You see a porter, someone working for the train, come in. And he goes to the middle of the train car and he opens up the little sky door that goes to the top. So, and then pulls down a ladder. And he kind of goes up, climbs halfway up so that his torso and head is sticking out.
Okay.
And then you hear a hook, and then you hear it sort of sound of like even there is, you realize there's the people are landing on the top of this train car and they're getting in and you're not sure how,
Right.
but they're there, and then they are coming down, and these are people clad in the clothing of the Children of the Dark. They're commandos.
Sweet.
And this is in normally civilized territory. You haven't had. There aren't supposed to be raiders and things like that on a normal basis. And yeah, so this is going to be. To just hide and observe would be a 1-card play.
Okay.
If you want to take some sort of action, that would be a 2 or 3-card play, depending on what you want to do. But just to not be noticed is definitely a 1-card play.
Okay.
And gain some sort of insight into them, or to get run. Like if you want to do, so what were your priorities here?
Yeah, I'd like to. Did the porter leave the door?
He's helping.
Open? Oh, he's helping.
Well, it's not locked, but it's closed.
Okay.
He always slides. Probably.
Okay.
It would be, but I mean, you could always you could still open it. It would just be a play. It would just make it more difficult.
Yeah,
Well, you're also small. You wouldn't have to open it all the way.
it's true. I'm just thinking they would notice if I opened the door if I tried to get out.
Well, it's dark in there. It's a train. It's moving. It's noisy.
Okay.
And they're doing stuff. You don't know what they're doing. They're bringing in like bags.
All right.
So they're bringing in equipment.
Then yeah, I'm going to try to slip out of the cargo room and go back towards the rest of the group.
Okay, that's going to be...
Yeah.
So if you succeed, you will get out there without them noticing you, and you will be able to reach the other... You will be able to reach all the way to first class without problem, I assume.
Okay, yes.
All right, so if you fail, let's see here. Maybe you get out and they start chasing you, or you get out of their fine, but you get stopped on the way and someone asks you for your ticket.
Okay.
You're a stowaway, technically.
Yes.
So you'll be slowed down. You'll be in the middle of the train.
Okay.
Slow down, and that'll be fun. So 2-card challenge.
Okay.
And what do I want to do? What cards do I want to use? I have cards to use.
Oh, this is so perfect. Okay.
What ability are you using? Or skill?
Like a shadow in the dark.
What is that at?
It's a 3.
It's a 3. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, let's make this interesting. And so you only have 2 cards to play?
No, there's 3 there.
Okay. I can tell.
I know, the backs are really wide.
All right. So flip them over. All right. So I have a 20. You have a 12-16. But we both crown because we both have jacks.
Yep.
So I have...
Oh, yes.
So I get a 23 total. You get a 26. So barely.
I barely.
Barely do it. All right.
Guys, I think we got a problem.
Oh, hey, Twine, let's join us.
Yeah, there's some people that came in from the roof of the train, and they're children of the dark, and they're in the cargo hold right now, and
That must be the welcoming party.
yeah, pretty much. So they're here. Surprise.
Okay, well, we've got a few seconds to set up, I guess. I'm guessing they're coming through the main cars, or...
I don't know. They were
Well,
doing
you didn't
something.
delay them, and you didn't do anything else, so they're still going on pretty much on time. So
Yeah, pretty much.
You managed to draw all your weapons and gear, so you're all ready for action. But at this point in the distance, you can hear a scream and an explosion. As you can look through the window, and you can see one of the passenger cars in the middle is on fire. And
Well, it's time to go make some people.
all right, so there are multiple things going on as you quickly assess the situation. The train is on fire. That's not good. Something's going on in the cargo hold. That's 2. Passengers are in danger. That's 3. And then, of course, you have the attackers. So there's 4 things going on, at least. So who wants to do a thing? Who wants to deal with what? I mean, you could all split up and do each one at a time, but...
Okay, so it was passengers, fire, attackers, and what was the other one again?
let's see here. The assassins are attacking you. Train is on fire. Passengers are in danger, and there's something in the cargo hold.
Oh, yeah.
So we need
I saw a box.
We probably need to deal with... Okay, but the fire's a big thing, and if we can...
Oh, I have hydrokinesis.
That would be
I
great.
can take care of the fire.
Yeah, they'll be using your potential.
I got that.
Yeah.
I'll fight the assassins.
And you and I will make it. Let's book it to the hold to see what they left.
Well, okay.
So
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Well, the passengers, I mean, they're probably... Someone might want to stop and help the passengers.
I'll do that.
They're in a panic, at least.
Scare them to the front of the train?
Scared.
You're very, very scary. Do that thing with the eye twitch. People don't like that. It's very unnerving.
I did consider Jedi mind training them into jumping off the train, but I thought that might not be any
I kind of want to see
safer.
this first. All right, so Tom, let's talk about Tallure's plan to save passengers through fear.
I think it would work.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, you're trying to help the passengers.
No, I'm not. It's something I could use, but no, I don't think I should.
Okay, well, what do you like? The train being on fire is different than the passengers. They're not just... Some of them are on fire, so but which you could deal with. But some of them are already wounded. Some of them are being attacked or have been attacked by the assassins, and some.
Well, do you have any
the rest
social-
of them are in a panic.
I can.
Do you have any social things that aren't being terrifying because that's really.
I can fast talk, but I can probably better examine what's in the box.
What's in the box? Tell me what's in the box.
Well, it's on the other end of the train too. You have to get to it.
Let's deal with the passengers first, you and me.
All right.
Okay, if yours doesn't work, I will then go my way.
But that's like 2 scenes.
Yeah, this is all happening at the same time. So
Remember, we don't. It's not individual skill checks. It's the scene check.
yeah.
So, I mean, I can.
You can also one person. Yeah, it just depends on how you set stakes. So, Tulur, what do you want to do?
I'm wanting to make sure to secure the passengers and make sure they're out of harm's way.
Okay, how are you doing that?
Looking at my sheet.
I mean, the fear thing would work. Like,
To the front of the train. Are you more afraid of the fire or me?
Or a security expert to coordinate an evacuation of the dangerous areas.
yeah. I mean, there are train employees too. Well, actually, you realize for free there must be a trader on board. There must be an inside. Well, I told you.
I told you that.
There might be more than one. So you realize part of the problem is that security mechanisms, the anti-fire mechanisms, they are failing. The fail-safes are failing because someone is sabotaging them. So you could try and deal with that to help the passengers.
That's what I would do.
All right. So what do you want to do if it succeeds? If you succeed at this play?
I find the problem and fix it, and also ID the.
Okay. You just ID him though. You don't want to capture him. You want to capture him too, or not?
Yeah, I'll try to capture him.
Okay. Well, you can't just say you capture him if you succeed. So
I must succeed.
okay. All right. So I will say this is a 3-card challenge because it's definitely going to be difficult to do all of those things in the same play. What ability are you using? Security expert?
Security expert.
How many cards is that?
3.
3? Ooh, it's your specialty?
It is my specialty.
Okay. Let's say... Okay, so if you fail, though, let's make it interesting. I will say you rescue the passengers. You get them out of the way, but the saboteur, you trust the wrong person. You blame the wrong person for being the saboteur. And as you try and tackle them to the ground, the real saboteur
Gets away.
Stabs you in the back, literally, and flings you from the train so that you're clinging on the side of it.
Well, fuck you, Ross.
Well,
Let's do it.
3-card challenge.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
So you won't be dead, but you'll just be in mortal peril. And not only that, your Knight's Blade will be thrown off the train. You lose your Knight's Blade.
Jesus. Come on.
Well, do you want to tap a cash first, or do you want to just do the 3-card play?
You know what? I think I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
I have a 9, an ace, and a 2. A 1921 plus
I have
crowns. So let's see here. 17, 19, 29.
32.
What are you crowning? Well, I guess the king. So
32.
32. All right. Very close.
All of our good cards are being used up now.
Then someone play a Joker so we can just reshuffle everything.
Let's do that. I'll get right on that, Tom.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So you managed to identify who the traitor is and capture him. And re-enable some of the safety systems, allowing the passengers to make their way back up front. But of course, there are a bunch of assassins sort of in the midst. So Oleg, I assume you're going to be dealing with these assassins. There's a group of them. You're fighting in close quarters. Are you going to be fighting in the train or on top of the train? So you obviously have more maneuvering room up on top of the train.
I mean,
If you're on yeah.
you're going to give me the choice.
All right. So what do you want the stakes to be? Do you just want to get them? You could, at a minimum, you could just fight them to a standstill so that they're occupied with you, and letting the other people do that, but they're still around. Or you could knock them all off the train, or I don't know what kind of stakes. What do you want to happen if you succeed?
Thinking I just want to
I mean, you can also add new story elements too. You maybe you recognize one of them as he's a kin, not a child of the dark. He's just dressed as the child of the dark, or you might recognize something else, or you might gain some other sort of advantage from it.
Oh god, he's a pale guy that's dressed at this world's hot topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's about
So the I'm essentially meeting the assassins on top of the train.
Yeah, you basically.
So deep.
I will say you call them out, and they see you, and they all go for you. So you climb up top, and they all start swarming on top of the train around you. So you are just surrounded by them.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna tap into my potential.
Okay.
Unstoppable force. Okay. And I'm just gonna throw them all off the train.
Okay. All right. So if you succeed, that will happen. All the assassins will be flung off the train. They will no longer be able to affect it. But if you fail, I will say you do that, but you go too far. And the you rip off the car you're on, which is toward the middle. So you will be on the back half, sliding back, so you will be damaging the train itself.
Okay.
You will be on there as well. So, and you will take a minor wound because big ass battle and you overextended yourself. So this is more straightforward though because you're using potential, and I will say this is a 2-card challenge. But let's see here. What do I want to use? All right, I'll use these two. It's 2-card challenge, and you're using a 3-card ability.
No, it's a 2-card ability, and I'm going to.
You're going to use the cash?
Yeah, I'm going to use Circus Performer.
Okay. This is a lot like high stakes kind of stuff.
Andre the Giant.
A little bit.
Balancing. It's all about balancing too. Yeah.
So that means I just rip the top one, right? Or do I get to play a 3rd card?
You use the top from your play deck. You draw
from the play deck.
Yeah, it'll be treated as suitless. You just add the points onto it. The suit of the one you draw.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I get a 16. It's an ace, so it's crowned for a total of 26.
I have a 16 with a king, and since it's combat, that crowns.
Yes.
And then cash adds 3. And so do I do another one?
Yes.
From the play?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One for play, one for cash, one for crown.
So 16, 19, 28.
Beats a 26. Very close.
7?
So yeah, it was very close.
No,
19.
28.
Yeah.
Ha, math.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's a very epic battle as you push them off one at a time. They're actually able to resist you to some degree. You're not sure how, but but you managed to do that without ripping the train apart. So the train is still intact. So good job. You're not going to get delayed. So let's see here. The fire.
fighting the fire.
Yeah, there's a big fire.
Yeah.
Got to deal with that.
Put that out.
Yeah. You have hydrokinesis.
Hydrokinesis, so I'm just going to... Can I make water out of nothing, or do I need to pull water from something?
I would say there's moisture in the air, but
Enough.
I mean there are sources of water on the train itself.
Okay.
I will say it's harder to pull it from the air though. So if you want to pull it from the so I will say it's a 2-card to just pull it from the train itself.
Draw it out of the...
You actually sense there's a massive tank of water on the train.
Exactly. There's water on the train. They've got to have running water.
There's water on the train, Tom.
Yeah.
So if you want to use that,
So I'm just going to use water on. From
all
the
right.
train.
So that's a
Those pipes.
2-card challenge.
Okay.
However, I will say definitely if you fail, you're going to cause critical damage to the train because that's the coolant.
Oh yeah.
So, and if it's already really hot because of the fire. But it would be a 3-card challenge if you just use the moisture in the air.
Oh yeah. No. Let's do the
2-card. Mm-hmm. So don't fail.
right.
Okay. So if you succeed, you just put out the fire. Do you want to have anything else happen? Because you can always gain some other advantage if you want to, or you could gain more story. I mean, like you could figure out more of what's going on.
Yeah, I have one more story, but I don't know exactly how.
You could get a clue to who these assassins are. You could. All right, so you could say as you're doing that, you see the assassins flinging off, and you manage to you see one of their a pendant, or an amulet on one of their necks, and you manage to yank it in with some water.
Yeah.
So,
like that.
all right. So if you succeed, you'll get that and the clue.
Okay.
And if you fail, you obviously don't get the amulet, but the engine, the train engine will be damaged. It'll slow down, giving the assassins time to get back on the train.
Right. Okay.
So, or make another attempt if they want to. So,
Right.
All right. So this is, I said, a 2-card challenge. Mm-hmm. What do I want to use? I'm looking at my cards. All right. And I will treat this as... All right. Ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Very.
I'm a little worried. My Hydra is only at 1.
Oh,
so.
okay.
I'm changing. You're fine.
Okay.
I'll be alright.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
An ace. Oh, shoot. You
Yeah.
have king.
You could have used a cash. All right.
Oh, no. I've made a terrible mistake.
You did. It's fine.
We can't win all the time.
That's only a 3.
All right. So
I
I
can think this
got
through.
you got a 13 total. I got a 19 total.
Uh-huh.
So you still put out the fire. I mean,
Okay.
that was the same. The
Right.
thing is, the train is now damaged. It's slowed down, and you just threw the assassins off. They all landed on their feet because they're assassins. They're tricky.
They're like
that.
cats.
Yeah.
They'll be able to make another attempt on you as they're running after you or using their own potential or ranged weapons after you.
All right.
So, and you don't get the clue. It happens sooner or later. So
Can't win all the time.
you can't win all the time.
Except for the times when you do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right. So as this is all going on, you are fade away fighting through the crowd, through the masses, to get to the cargo hold.
Do I need to?
You don't even have to roll to that.
Okay, I was
You're
going
to.
I was going to volunteer because I was making a joke about I'm running at the last in line. Tom splits off to do a thing. So everybody splits off to do a thing, and I keep sticking up in line. So finally, it's just brink and cargo hold.
Yeah. Oh, they have a massive arc bomb set up in there. It looks like it is pointed forward. It's going to just it's like a shaped charge. It's going to send basically a massive lightning bolt through the entire train, just frying anything touching the train or on it, near it. Obviously meant to kill you.
Well, yeah.
So that's bad. So how do you want to deal with this?
I'm thinking of using potential here. Probably going to use it up again pretty quickly, but so I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to question how abstract we can get with some of our abilities.
Mm-hmm. That's what conversation.
That's kind of common to all these kind of games, yeah.
So, I did say I was a fast talker. Mm-hmm. That means I'm quick-witted. I try to come up with really weird solutions to
Are you also
confuse
like the
people.
are you like the micro machine guy? You just talk really fast.
Well, it means I find the weakness in something, and
Do you want to talk through the problem to disarm the bomb? Is that?
I'm going to.
Well, you better disarm yourself.
I'm going to trick the bomb into shooting the wrong direction.
It has a clockwork cog engine in it, which is a primitive analytical computation machine.
And I'm going to cash Ivory Tower on this one.
Come on.
Well, what do you want to happen if you succeed? You could point it at the assassins that are being flung off the train presently.
I'm trying to think what we.
Raining men.
Hallelujah.
Okay, it will scatter. If I succeed, it will scatter, and it will not hit.
That's like
Only the assassins get hurt.
Yeah.
If I done fucked up, did you describe that we're under a large structure?
You're inside a cargo hold, yeah.
I mean, but
You're in the countryside.
Like on the countryside, but to get how we couldn't fly straight to the archives.
Well, you don't know.
What's
She could have figured that out, but
I mean, what's overhead?
you're inside the cargo hold right now, right?
Okay.
No, but sky.
Literally, overhead in the
Well,
sky.
you know for a second the children
wind shadow. That's why we couldn't fly.
Only the wind shadow. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out
how they got on board.
what I can accidentally.
Actually, that could be part of your stakes. You could figure out how they got on board.
Oh,
that could
yeah.
be part of it, but
How did they get on board?
I'm saying for the way that if
Son of a bitch.
I fuck up, I want it to hit.
Oh, actually, I'll say if you fuck
It
up,
will cause property damage, massive property damage.
I will say if you fuck up, you will definitely find out how they got on board.
Okay.
I will say
Something bad.
All right, so if you fail,
Something bad will
the bomb will go off in a random direction.
Okay. I'm volunteering
based on the margin of failure. So
I'm volunteering property damage. Like there's like
farms and stuff.
not lethal, not a building collapse. But I mean,
Do you want to take a wound?
I'll tell you.
To absorb some of that, to offset some of the damage.
Can I make that a separate challenge? Or not? I don't know.
It's part of the same stakes.
Okay, so,
basically, if you fail,
I'll volunteer to take part of the wound, but still, again, if I screw up, I guess there's something really bad that happens involving where they came from.
yeah.
I take a little bit of damage myself, and there's some property damage in the local area.
Okay,
So-
and that'll cause you a problem later on.
Yes, it will because
it will be a story cache. All right.
But based on that, I mean that's higher stakes for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a 3-card challenge.
Okay.
So let me see here. What do I
I'm
have?
caching, but I'm really trying. Again, I'm trying to like. It's a deception thing, but I'm trying to like really sort of.
You're trying to hack the clockwork computer essentially.
That's really.
your logic.
I'm trying to figure out if I can crown off of anything except for jacks, but
I would allow queens as well.
I think the queens
for
is
you
because
because it's wisdom.
I'm negotiating as well.
I would allow
Okay, so all right.
It's
And-
open to interpretation.
And I'm also caching, so all right.
All right. So let's see here.
I'm thinking of the old puzzles we used to do because we're all smarty people. We have like free education or something, or at least our parents could afford it. You know.
Okay. I have 3. I have a 21.
I start with a 20, cash,
Okay.
crown. Well, it still worked. Okay, so 26. So I don't. It's like a huge margin, but
No, it's not a huge margin.
But it disperses.
Yeah, the bomb goes off into the air, frying a bunch of the assassins. That's kind of mitigating.
Because some of them were wet.
Yeah.
Some of them are red.
So
See, it's a good thing you got rid of all that water on the train.
in the distance, you can see and I'll give this to you, Fred. We didn't explicitly negotiate it, but you see in the distance the silhouette of a dragon flying in the air. Flying animals can still fly, like over Windshield. Yeah.
Point, scream silently.
So let me draw back up.
What is it, Timmy? What's going on?
Thanks.
There's a dragon?
Yeah, you've defeated the. I think we've resolved everything for this.
That was all for it.
challenge. And there weren't any, and you dealt with the assassins, so they don't get a second attack on you guys.
I'll volunteer to have a singed robe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I got that was not nice. that was really.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the dragon?
What? Run to the window.
You think you might see a dot in the sky, in the horizon, in the distance?
Was it big enough to be the thing?
Yeah, it was enough. It could have flown.
I'm going to bust out my personal book, the one that does not communicate, and start scribbling in it.
Okay.
It will scribble things back at me for reasons I don't understand.
All right.
My head was great.
Well, the book scrolls back. No, you demand.
So you get back. So you managed. The train barely managed to get in there. I mean, it still took a lot of damage.
They still might not be happy. About
There's the aftermath of the fight. There's all the dents in the roof from Ola.
I'm more graceful than that.
If the train was still a bomb, you could have suplexed it.
It smells of burnt smoke. Of smoke and
Burnt metal. And
You want to
burnt
get some
metal.
fans and you
Apologize profusely to the conductor or whatever.
The cargo hold is a wreck. It's a.
well, dude, you say we also did save the train.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm like worried about property damage, and the Knights hearing about that. We hurt things. We damage this is like private property. I mean, no, that's not cool.
So
I understood about 40% of that.
you managed to get to Archive Cogent, and essentially the scholar master there. God, what is his name? Give me a scholarly name. Or I don't. Cecilia.
Albion.
No, Cecilia.
Another woman.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's an egalitarian society.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of another game.
Okay.
Where every NPC was a woman.
Okay. What game was that? I don't remember.
It was a different game.
Oh no,
of
yeah,
cards.
sorry, that was
It was Phoenix Down Command because every time it got put up to a question of what's the gender of the character, David said it's a woman. I'm like,
so basically all of our superiors were women.
I'm okay with this, but
I am too. But it's interesting.
All right.
Sorry.
So Cecilia, well, she's not your superior. She's just the head scholar. Yeah. She welcomes you there. She's always happy to help the Knights Explorers.
Warm greeting, fellow scholar.
Rumors of the scale of the beasts have spread now widely because all the explorers are talking about them.
I gotta leave, but I don't want to say it out loud yet.
Okay.
It's really fascinating.
Well, you're happy to look through these archives. I will do whatever, but you simply must. I'm having a dinner party tonight. You must simply come. We are all very honored to have your presence here. We've heard of this nefarious raid from the children of the dark and how you valiantly fought them. We're quite appreciative of that. We must double the patrols now to ensure that these dreadful raiders do not attack us.
I assure you, we're just doing our job.
Yes. Oh, of course. Anything I can do to help. But yes. So Cecilia wants to help you, it looks like, and she, you do have time to rest, so you can recover one potential card each if you've used one. Well, not from your discard, just pull it from your deck. Your potential. That's your discard, right?
Yes.
So
we're not supposed to draw back up.
You're only supposed to draw back up when I say for your potential. Sorry.
For your regular.
Okay, cool. I got it now. And I'm fine. But this one you're supposed to draw back up every time.
Yeah. Okay. Because potential is your mana, and you have to take time to.
Yes.
Otherwise,
I remember now.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could always just use potential and just like.
Right. And that would be not fair.
Because it's really powerful.
This totally makes sense.
I do the magic because I cheat.
Yeah. But everyone gets one potential back.
We're good.
And up to 4. And so you don't have much time today in order to do research. You can make some headway into a thing, so you don't have to make a play. You do not have to make a play. But what are you looking up? Like, what topic?
Obviously something about fucking dragons.
Well, the Dark Dragon, yeah, you could do that. That's a different topic than the Beast of Scale, though.
Okay, so the Dark Dragon, they're not the same thing.
No.
What I saw.
The Dark Dragon, well, the Beast of Scale is like the size of an island.
Okay, so it wouldn't.
That was big, but it's like small shit big, not like.
Can I use one of my potentials, just like a quick discard thing, to just waltz right up to the exact book I need to just get something on the Dark Dragon issue?
On the Dark Dragon? Yeah, you want to meander on that, sure.
It's just...
No, it's fine.
It'll definitely... I'm hoping it'll give us an edge later for knowing how to defend against this kind of thing, because they're probably... we probably haven't heard the last of them. So is that a random discard, or is that just a...
random
or if I make a play, off of that, is that...
well, then there's consequences if you fail. If you do the discard, there's no consequence.
Okay, gotcha. I'm thinking...
there might be consequences even if you succeed, because... depending on what you want to do.
Oh, man.
Shoot.
I would just recommend discarding the random potential.
Yeah, but there's one in there I want to use.
It's only like 75% chance I find
but
it.
I've only got 2 of those.
I know.
That's huge.
All right, well, you're thinking.
I'm thinking, it's like...
do you guys, what other topics do you want to look at? Obviously, the Beast of Scale would probably be a really big, important topic, but you can look at other things too.
I'm not a research guy. I'm just here.
You're just there. All right, so... and you didn't get any leads on the assassins yet, so... aside from that first line... Actually, you could...
unless yelling at librarians to research faster is going to be helpful.
That might actually be a thing. You need to help us. We're knights. You need to look this up for us.
I would do that. You could definitely use Burning Ability. It's a 2-card play. Because you're yelling in a library. How verboten of you. How kind of classic of you. What do you want to get if you succeed?
Do you have to use 2 cards?
If you would, that's how many you can play. That's the most you can play. If you only have like 1 card in your hand that would fit that suit, then obviously you don't use 1. But I'm going to use 2 cards. Because...
I really don't. It's my last spade.
Well, then you don't have to use moving orders,
None of my other skills or potentials apply here.
Well, potentials might.
My feet of clay, I could spend a potential to help find a weakness on the Beast of Scale.
Yeah.
You know what? Sure, let's do that.
All right, with Beast of you let the potential guide you. As you try to analyze weaknesses. And it actually, you realize there is so go ahead and spend it. Or it's a random discard from your hand.
Oh, I thought I was just going to play.
Oh, you want to make a play?
Yeah.
All right. Let's make it. So what do you want to get if you succeed? Because you can specify story elements. You can add stuff too. You could just make shit up and be like,
Well, the thing
that guy happens to be my brother, and he, owes me a debt of gratitude. And
Well, no, I'm going to use potential spend on Feet of Clay while we're doing research on the Beast of Scale. Going to get information on how they subdued it in the first place.
Okay. With Feet of Clay, you realize judging from how they described it, you could simply meditate upon the materials of the masters and sort of like use ancestral knowledge, essentially guiding your memory back to their knowledge of technology. So sort of just attuning yourself to their methods and their technology. So because they have plenty of artifacts here, so you can simply do that. So that's it. So you gain a lead on that if you succeed, and I will say you will find out a very important thing about the archive itself. If you fail, though, there will be backlash, and you will lose all your potential hand, as the energies are too much for you, and it will take you some time to recover them.
Okay.
And so you will be more vulnerable to other things. So you'll just be out of sorts. But you will still gain some kind of clue about it. But it's too much for you, so you'll just lose the rest of your potential hand. Okay. So it's a 2-card thing.
Feet of Clay is a 1-card potential.
Okay.
So you can use cash.
You could tap into cash if you wanted to. The thing is, I don't always have to use really high cards. I could be nice.
This is true.
We don't know what.
But on the other hand, you guys have been winning a lot lately, so
I don't think any of my cashes apply. Unless I open the spark bomb and use that energy to.
That would,
Maybe let's not set off a bomb in
I don't know how that's going to help either. Yeah.
No, discharge. Use the extra energy to power myself up.
But that's arc.
You could use your 2. Let's see, what caches of your own innate ones do you have? You use Circus Performer. What do you
I have Arid and Bear Grappler.
Arid would work because you're attuned to materials like minerals and metals and things like that. So
How long does it take for those to recharge?
They don't. They're just per game session.
Okay.
So.
Oh, so I would get those back for the next session.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Have to. I was
So you're using Arid then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and flip. I just have a 7.
Queen, since this is gaining wisdom, I was assuming that was going to crown, so I get the 2 cards off the play.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
All right. That beats my 7. I was trying to get rid of some other cards too. So, you gain as you sort of delve back in there. You actually tap into the memories of the artifacts, and you gain visions of the prison it was kept in, and you realize 2 things. One, the archive potion itself. There's actually, as you're meditating in the main library, you actually feel out. There's one wall that is has bookshelves on it. You realize there is a hollow space behind it, and there is a locking mechanism on it, and there's something of great power inside that hollow space. So there's a hidden room, but you don't know how to trigger that locking unlock it yet. The other thing you realize, though, the Beast of Scale is a beast. You actually get a sense of it. It is a hot-blooded creature. It is a creature of warmth and fire in its blood almost. But you get a brief glimpse of looks like a spear, no, a harpoon.
Yes.
Made of just it almost looks like mist, but of frosty mist. It kind of just, you see a woman holding it for a moment. It just radiates incredible potential, and then it kind of blinks away. So you have a new topic to look up: the mist harpoon, and there's also the hidden room in the library.
Don't you have a harpoon? No, yours a grappling hook.
Well, I called it the grapple ballista because I'm the one that has to use it.
Well, we could Wonder
You're
Twins.
the one who knocks.
We could,
you could definitely modify
We could
it.
Wonder Twins activate and add my hydrokinesis to your grappler.
So that takes you pretty much all day before the dinner party.
I'm so excited.
Preliminary research, I guess.
Yeah, you just want to make a play.
Just a basic small play. I
Okay,
guess.
what do you want to get if you succeed?
Any simple information that we don't already have
On Dark Dragons?
I'll drop the Dark Dragon thing for the moment.
You don't have to. You can do that.
I've got a different angle
Or
on that.
Darkling Assassins or Infiltration or Tactics in general.
Or the Circle. That's apparently what they're calling themselves.
Yep.
So I'll just do
Which topic?
all right, for right now, I'll do some just basic research on the Circle, dig up, like, who are these assholes?
Okay. So that's a one-card play. If you succeed, you do that. If you fail, though, something tragic will befall your character. Not necessarily fatal, but
That never happens.
but it will complicate matters.
All right.
I don't want to give it away, but it is sort of a surprise.
I'm a researchy guy, so this is like my thing.
All right, so
You're probably going to crown her Joker. What are you doing? It really sounds like you want this to happen, Ross. I'm just going off of, intuition there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ross wanting mortal peril to happen.
What ability are you using?
I'm going to... Which one do you think is more applicable? Smarty Man or I know all the things? I'm in the library.
Are they both threes?
They're both threes.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to make it a 2-card challenge.
Wow. So
because,
what do I get then? I was just asking for basic...
well, you get
information.
without the attention of the circle
Oh, fine.
as the additional complication. If you fail, they will not only notice you, they will take action against you.
That's how it's going to be. All right. Just... All right.
Okay.
We flip. It's a tiny card of Joker. Oh, no. It's not.
10 and a Joker. A Jack, sorry.
I was trying to understand things, so, I definitely crown off of that.
Okay.
27.
28.
Yep.
All right.
10 Jack 8.
So, it's a narrow margin, but yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so what horrible thing happens?
As you're researching the circle...
Wait, is it a Carcosa? You have to tell me if it's Carcosa.
It's not Carcosa. Or it is! No. So... What happens is you're reading it. You find this book that's in a dusty section, but you notice too late that it's actually there's no dust on it at all. As it's talking about conspiracies, and you're reading it. The Circle is a group of truth seekers and scholars who seek to understand the secrets of the masters and to bring them back, for they truly know all. And they're united in a passion regardless of their origin. And then your fingers kind of feel tingly.
Before I get the full thing, I'll look at me and go, this reads like propaganda.
It does read like
Look at the book
propaganda.
back
And you black out.
Okay.
When you come to, you're in your room dressed for dinner.
Okay, fun.
So, let's see here. Talur, what are you doing at the library?
I'm more kind of. I'm sorry. What were you trying to do,
There
Sean?
was a thing that might apply that you could do, but
I am absolutely not a.
Never mind.
Guy.
Again, it's how you interpret things. Do you have anything related to beasts?
Oh yeah, Monster Whisperer.
Unlocking things.
Well,
That's
then,
one of my.
that would certainly apply to
Caches.
researching. That's one of your caches. Do you have any abilities or skills related to monsters or that kind of thing?
Fighting them mainly.
Okay, what is the ability called or skill?
Just my combat stuff: crack shot, security
Okay.
expert, appraiser.
Okay. Appraiser.
Yes.
That could work. You could try to appraise.
Yeah, all right, I will appraise.
All right. What do you What are you trying to figure out? Actually, no. I'm going to say you're just doing generic research when Nereus comes up to you. It says, "Look, I found a lead. It's down in the. There's a secret catacomb in this area. Follow me."
All right.
Okay. This is a 2-card challenge. As you trust your friend, perhaps too much.
So what am I?
What do you? Let's see here. As you go down, you see he is unearthed some sort of machine in there. He says, "Look, it will give you a vision of the truth. I've already go and put your hand on that panel there, and you'll see a vision of the beast. You'll be able to contact it.
Why the hell do you want to do that?
So we could learn what it wants. Maybe perhaps control them, command it."
Yeah. That's not what you were talking about earlier.
No, it wasn't. All right, so this is what do you want to happen if you? So it seems your friend is, or is that even your friend, or is that someone who just looks like him? Yeah. All right. So what do you want to do to resolve this? This is obviously an impersonator or someone, or your friend's been mind controlled. You could, for example, use security expert to figure out that he's an impersonator, or you could, for example, capture him with fighting, or you could just shoot him in the head with crack shot. I mean,
Gee, Ross.
Yeah.
It's not like you're pushing for something.
yeah. Or you could play along with him if you had something deceptive, or you could appraise the quality of the machine and figure out if it's what it really is. Actually, that would be easy. So.
No, I got it. I got what I'm going to do. Scary as hell. Like,
Okay.
who are you?
All right. So what do you want to do if you succeed in intimidating him?
I know immediately either I know whether he is indeed him or someone impersonating him.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is him under someone's control, I snap him out of it.
Okay. And if you fail, I will say you realize you're wrong, and you implicitly trust him enough to put your hand on the machine.
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's do this!
All right. So.
Is that a two-card play?
2-card. For me, it's 2-card. For you, it's whatever your ability's rated
It's
at.
also
Okay.
also two.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm picking cards.
Oh, OMG, Ross.
All right. I got my cards.
Okay, go.
All right.
19.
17.
Like a crown. What I'm going to do.
What do you have? Is it a jack?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And 29.
All right.
Fuck you.
All right. The illusion gives way. Reveals a clockwork automaton, a cog that was it was powered by rain potential in order to give it the appearance of your friend. It was kind of like a hologram. It clatters forward as you basically fry its motors by shouting at it. You realize it was remotely controlled. This machine would have knocked you senseless. It just would have
Knocked me unconscious.
Yeah, knocked you unconscious. But yeah, you race out and you find your friend fairly easily, just as he's waking up for dinner. You hear knocking on the door. Yeah.
So I'm already dressed as like,
Yeah.
how did I change clothes? Open the door. How did I change clothes?
Immediately start poking him.
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Okay, no, you're you. Look, yeah, some cog just tried to impersonate you and tried to get me to touch something that would knock me unconscious.
Phrasing.
Also, like, how'd you get dressed?
Yeah,
You must have been unconscious.
Did they touch my junk?
I think they might have touched you.
No, your boxers are the same.
Okay.
They're,
Right.
Yeah. There are limits, to even what evil conspiracies will do.
I do not like these evil conspiracies. They're kind of.
So I think that's everybody's exactly.
That's
Disturbing.
exciting.
So look, all right.
Yeah, but
all right, look. Just a heads up. I'm going to go warn our other worthy constituents.
All right.
Yeah, you do that. Let's not talk about
Just run
this.
away and then run.
You know, from the beginning, I did not trust Cecilia,
Okay.
and nothing that has happened to everyone else has changed my mind. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go just chat with her.
Chatting with her. Okay.
Yeah,
What are you using?
We have ways of making you talk.
Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be like torture.
Okay.
I have childlike ways. You know,
You should
I'm just an ear for her
Okay.
to
So
vent.
what do you want to do if you succeed at this interrogation?
I'd like to know if she's trustworthy or not. I'd like
Okay.
to know if this dinner is on the up and up or if it's an ambush set up. I'd like to know what the fuck is up with that room, apparently.
Okay.
But I don't know about these. I mean, if this is all happening simultaneously to everyone else.
I would say Ola would have time to read. Are you telling the other people about the hidden space?
Well, I thought I was going to just try to open the door.
Okay.
I actually had a plan for that.
Oh, God. All right.
Well, Ola, you realize you cannot open. It's a fine mechanism, and if you use brute force, you will probably destroy a big chunk of the
I'm
library.
not going to use brute force.
Okay. All right. So you're going to get a
Shout it open.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess I just generic secrets. Anything that she knows.
All right. Do you want her to be suspicious of you after the interrogation?
No.
All right. That's going to make it harder.
Yeah, I'd like it to just be very. I'm just a curious child, and what is this about? And what are
But
these?
you're also a knight, so.
Yeah, but I'm still
famous one.
12, and she maybe
I would
drops
say this is
her
a
guard.
3-card challenge to do without making her
shit.
suspicious.
This was only a 1-card ability or skill.
If you want to use
So I
leverage
can-
on her, that will reduce the difficulty. Or if you just want to limit the
Wait.
information, you can do it without making her suspicious,
Yeah.
but you won't get as much information. You can kind of
Michelle,
sort of
do you
tease
have
her.
that extra
Oh,
cash?
that's true. I do have an extra cash.
In
The
social
Master
situations?
Orator.
Yeah, you could use that.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay.
I mean, this is going to be.
So you still want to get everything.
Oh, I really do.
All right, that's only 3 cards. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I love the resignated sigh.
All right. So if you fail, though.
Okay, yeah. What's going to happen if I fail?
You figure out if she's trustworthy or not, but she will definitely not like you, and she will stop helping you unless forced to, because you either distrusted her or you realize her secret. In which case, if she is a bad guy, she will immediately ambush you. So you have to deal with those.
Are you a villain?
Yeah.
You have to tell me if you're a villain.
Right.
But if she is on the up and up, she will hate you because you called her character into question, and she was so nice to you.
Okay, you've already put down your cards, right?
I have my 3 chosen. Yes.
Okay. Well, because I have a question.
Okay.
What kind of crown could I use? Could I consider this? I mean, I could see this maybe deception.
Yeah,
And I could also
definitely.
see strategy. Strategy?
It's if you want to be negotiation and diplomacy. I would allow basically actually any of them really.
Okay, cool.
It just depends on how you play.
Okay. And then I am going to use my cash for that one.
I'm going to be very open in this because they all apply to social situations, and
Yeah.
your character can be very with as a child.
Oh, I
you can
see.
play it
Yeah,
any
because
number of
queen
ways.
could be negotiation. Okay. All right, we're good then.
I mean, if you use the king, then you're just being like, I'm a knight player. I must know everyone is trustworthy. Blah 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 blah. But she's like, oh, of course, because you're a knight. If you succeed.
Okay.
No,
I must succeed.
All right,
all right then. I'm fine.
maybe.
I've got my cash
Oh, there you go.
and a crown.
There's your joker.
Are we shuffling?
No, it's only people involved in the play.
Okay, good.
So.
Oh, so I get to shuffle. Wait, or I have
I've
to
had a
shuffle.
joker for like an hour.
I know.
Oh, you saw my hand.
You
Ross.
hold your cards
I know.
like
Hey,
3
Ross.
feet in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I don't lose my joker. You lose your joker.
Oh.
It's not. It's out of the game now. You only get one.
It was
per-
an accident.
But he might not get his back for a while.
Yeah.
It pushes it
Or he
back.
might
That's
get
fine.
it immediately
Oh, okay.
again.
Yeah, I might get it.
That's
immediately.
cool. So what do I learn?
Yeah. So you obviously succeed amazingly. She says, "I am actually an agent of the Explorers Knights. I've been sent here to observe. There's conspiracy afoot. The Circle. They have connections among the High War, merchants, and the Sky Pirates. They think that they are a cult that worships the Masters. They want to bring them back. I mean, I've heard that no one knows if the Masters. All we know about the Masters is that they create all of this technology. Some people think the Masters are benevolent and they lost their lives to save us, but some believe they destroyed the world to make it the way it is now, and they created us only to make us slaves. We don't know the truth. I wouldn't, to be honest, I don't want being that powerful brought back because we're not really in charge anymore if that happens. But the Circle has agents, and they believe they've been working on some sort of master plan to wipe the slate clean. And I think this is it.
I
Yeah.
like the slate.
That's where all my stuff is.
So Twy was playing up the ingenue angle on this. Does that mean she explains all that in an almost condescending fashion?
Yeah. So, I found a secret. We've been guarding a powerful artifact from everyone to make sure that the Circle couldn't steal it from us because we've lost several artifacts here. It is called, we call it the Cogent because it is some sort of analytical engine. It's very powerful, but it can analyze all kinds of information. It's heavily guarded. I mean, I've put it in a secret compartment in the library.
Oh, okay.
So that is our most precious thing. But I have to trust you. You're just so trustworthy. You know that
You're too young to have been corrupted by the Circle.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
you're too
Totally innocent.
Remind me of my own daughter.
As you twirl your parasol, which I'm sure you have.
I'm sure I do.
So.
All right.
You succeeded with the Joker beyond wildest dreams, and you found out she's willing to tell you about the Cogent, the most precious secret, but you have to figure out how to access it without doing that. I'm sorry, Dan. The table doesn't like you. Oleg, you figured out that there's a secret place.
Yep.
There's a thing in the secret place.
I'm just going to stare at I'm just going to stare at this secret door and read it like a book.
Okay.
And figure out how to pop it open.
Okay.
It is pop-up book.
Well, how many cards is that ability?
One.
All right. All right. This is going to be. What do you want to do if you succeed? Before I tell you how many cards it is.
I want to open it.
Open it. All right. All right, so if you just want to open it, you will do that, but if it's a 2-card challenge, you can do so in a very noisy way that everyone in the building will hear, in a very slow way. And if you fail, it gets halfway open, and then it's stuck, so you can't get a big guy like yourself won't be able to crawl in. If you want to open it quickly and smoothly, that would be a 3-card challenge. This is a very intricate magical mechanism. There's basically a puzzle in it. You have to open it in the gear. You have to move the gears in certain ways, in a certain pattern, using ore potential to manipulate it. But it is it's basically a combination lock, and it's a very long combination. But yeah, you can definitely, if you want to do a 1-card challenge, you can gain some insight into, and give somebody else a 1-card cash into opening it up. So you can make a supporting play by doing that. But if you fail, you make a lot of noise, and
So if I accept the 2-card challenge, then
it opens up slowly and noisily. If it's a 3-card challenge, it opens quickly and silently.
Don't know if I could swing the 3.
Oh, and I'm going to use that beggar. He's going to be interfering. So that's going to be 1-card cash. Regardless of what you do.
Oh.
So 1 card is inside, 2 card is open, slow and noisy. 3 is fast and silent.
And you're going to use the cash for the...
Yeah. Should have used it earlier, but, I've had a lot to think about.
I think it's kind of funny.
He's obviously a member of the Circle. So.
I think it's kind of funny here, actually.
Yeah.
Guess who's back? I was just looking for oh crap, it's him!
So yeah, if you could just do the 1-card challenge, you're giving someone else a cash to deal with it. And if you succeed, you won't make no one will notice that you're doing it. So you won't alert.
Fine, Ross. You're going to play that way. I'll go ahead and I'll try for the 3.
Oh, all right. Big spender. Let's see here. What do I have? Let's see. Okay.
Actually, hold on.
We're checking rules.
Yeah.
Rules for what?
Stuff.
If I told you, then I'd ruin the surprise, Ross.
Oh my god.
He can't break that poker face.
Oh, okay.
It would affect the fight or the
It would
whatever.
affect my decision-making trees.
Try to Caleb this stuff. I can't tell the game master. I can't tell the moderator how to do this.
No.
What do I know?
But wouldn't that raise Ross's suspicions immediately, so he tries to make it even more difficult?
Well, I don't have the Joker in my hand. I will say that, or maybe I do.
Do I trust you when you say that, Ross?
See, like now, I still don't. I know he's just said that Cecilia's trustworthy, but I don't believe him. But maybe it's just the way that he says it. Maybe she's totally fine.
That's awesome.
You got a Joker. She will die for you.
I just don't believe you.
Would you believe him if she was like pinching your cheeks, and, like calling you sweetie, and handing you candies?
No, that would make it worse.
Okay. Oh my! I figured it was just pissing.
Then
off.
you eat the candies and then you fall unconscious.
Yeah, exactly. What if they're poisoned?
Oh, you're right.
What if
and she like asks you to like clean the oven?
Right, and pushes me in.
Right, that's not cool.
She's
And then she goes in and she cackles like a witch.
Yes.
Of course.
But then worse still, there's like, open the oven.
Dude, that is not cool. What the hell's wrong with you?
Like, she's like, I have a
trust
problem.
anyone.
Or she just says, I have a problem. I have a very serious problem.
I don't
So we will fill this look at
apparently have
with
some trust issues.
with a quick scene of of Talur and Narius walking towards the dinner.
Yeah.
So I mean, you didn't see.
Yeah, your interrogation takes place right before dinner. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So did you see anything weird? I mean,
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll do it that way.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
3 cards. All right. If you have a Joker, then you could be like, ha ha ha, screw you. But anyways.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening.
All right. Remove your deck. All right, you succeed. Quickly in the
You use the cash for that, right?
I'll draw a cash. A 4. All right.
So
and then that's another one. So yeah, I got a 9. So yeah, I still have 1 more point though. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. You open it up quickly and quietly. No one notices you, even the man who's been tailing you. And inside there is a massive clockwork mechanism. It's obviously a piece of arcanotech that glows faintly with energy. It appears to be some sort of like the central mechanism of a cog, but you've never seen a you're not an expert in this kind of stuff, so you don't know about it. There is a little panel that you could put your palm on and activate it by just giving a little burst of potential. You don't have to use a card. You could just try it out. But you're untrained in this kind of stuff, so it might be dangerous. You could leave and come back later.
I'll stay with it.
Well, it's just a well, I mean, just a small light. It's literally just a little, basically an empty room. Other than that, so it's just a closet with with a really fancy hidden door mechanism.
So if I close the door, I could open it again, presumably now that I know what the combination is?
Yeah, you can open and close it at will.
Okay, then yeah, I'll close it back up
Yeah,
and go to dinner.
nobody knows it's there. Yeah, he got the Joker. He succeeded. You blew 2 of your Jokers, so
I know.
it's fine.
I just really worried that he was going to
Drop a Joker.
damage something with the machine. Now that I know
that
it's
would definitely
there.
be another play.
Or like set your spark bomb off on it or something terrible like that.
I mean, I'm doing Aaron-y things, but I'm not Aaron.
we're going there.
He
Huh?
would never destroy machinery like this.
So you all get to the dinner party. You're all as well dressed as you could afford to be as
sure.
war nights.
Let's fancy belt.
Yeah, your fancy belt.
Nice robes.
Yeah, you have nice robes. I mean, it's just you're on the go. You don't usually carry that.
Wearing my fancy belt and my pants without holes.
There you go. So it is venison hunted on the estate. It's a very pastoral area, and some nice potatoes and everything.
Weirdly spare with the things I'm eating, and kind of like nudging into washing people for a second.
Okay.
You get poisoned. It does make you nervous. So. And then I don't know what happened. I'm really worried about that.
Someone might have touched my junk.
So all of you
anymore, but.
are there. Cecilia is, of course, hosting the party, and there's other minor nobles and scholars there. So it's quite dinner talk. So what are you guys talking about? Well, do you come right back?
In private or with the nobles?
Oh, just simulate being at a dinner party.
All right.
The Holy Roman Empire was not holy, not Roman, nor an empire. Discuss.
Well, I mean, if we're off to the side, it's okay. So, guys, I mean...
No, we're at a dinner party. We must talk to the rest of the people.
Okay. So we are
Table.
hobbing and knobbing and all that fun
Hobbing
stuff.
and knobbing.
I know
Yeah.
it sounds really bad. All right.
It's like, we primarily live lives of violence, but we can also shoot
Yeah.
the shit.
Yes. I'm the youngest knight in, I don't know,
Like, yes,
780 years.
I'm from the frontier. I'm not used to all this sunlight.
Okay, so you have that translation, and it's really good and all, but there's this island about that many leagues south and a little down. It's close to the frontier, but not quite there. You don't want to go to the one by the frontier. It's shady.
That's where I'm
spot. But the thing is, their translation, right, takes a different route, and so it totally changes the passage. It's all contextual.
The man who talks too much.
I don't like grown-ups. I don't like kids either. I don't like anybody. Yeah, that pretty much sums me up.
All right, great conversation. So, of course, there are little light bulbs that light this place up. You have electricity and everything, magical things, but they're kind of flickering. It's the water's obviously a little irregular. I mean, it's basically early modern stuff, early 20th century for the most part, but not quite as good in a lot of ways. So, it's not entirely without precedent once all the lights go out at the same time, but it is a little unprecedented when you hear Cecilia scream. And when the lights come back on, there is a bloody dagger at Toulour's in front of on Toulour's dish, right in front of him.
How dead is she?
She has been stabbed in the heart and is face down in her.
And Toulour's to blame.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So she's too far gone for Breath of Life, I'm guessing. So, because of plot.
Yeah. It was. Well, you could tell it's an expert assassin's poison blade.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was stabbed straight through the heart. Yeah.
I'd gotten attached to her. I was just beginning to trust her.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't.
No, I trust no one ever.
So,
around
one of the nobles, call the garrison, the murderer.
All right, hold up. Nobody move.
Everyone freezes, looks at you.
Okay, first off, we are knights, so we need to solve this, but there's a good chance whoever did this is still in here. So we're gonna shut the doors. Don't be alarmed.
Actually, I'm going to try to calm the situation down the best way I can by scaring the shit out of them.
Well, these are nobles. They're not going to be easily cowed by explorer knights. And actually, the thing is, you there's pretty strong circumstantial.
I know, Ross.
Yeah,
I know.
but no, I'm just saying you could just solve the murder as a play if you wanted to. It'd be a 3-card play, but any one of you could, as you were beginning to, just solve the murder. So who wants
I'm
to do
announcing that
that?
we're going to do that. My issue is I would normally be great for it, but
I know I have something that would be great for it, but I only have 2 of the 3
I don't really have the
cards that
cards.
I need.
I can boost somebody, but that's
You can make multiple plays. This could be cooperative, but you could also assist other people in plays because I will say the consequences are if you fail, either Toulouse, becomes a fugitive, or all of you become fugitives, at least on this kingdom. So if you have an ability that could assist, you could add a 2 or 3 to the other person's ability by contributing 1 card with that relevant ability. So, who wants to be the primary?
I can make a potential play that will really help with this. Or
Okay.
So why don't you be the
say
primary?
I can do
person?
uncanny insight, and this
'Cause in this
primary
case-
play.
It's 2 or 3s.
I can use She Whispers in My Ear, but that's with 1 card.
If you play something
But-
higher than a 3, it just counts as a 2.
But
I
it
have
could be 2 or
uncanny
3.
insight.
Yeah,
God.
a 2 or 3.
So if you wanna
it's
use
higher
yours.
than a 2, if it's higher than a 3.
First you.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, so you're going to assist.
I'm going to assist.
All right,
Okay.
what ability are you using to assist with the investigation?
Scary as hell. Can I add in says, if I had killed her, it wouldn't be here.
If I did it.
It's like, it wouldn't be here.
Okay,
That's how my just face goes stony.
okay. I'll definitely allow that. So you can contribute assist.
I'll read you like a book and help find the guilty person in the
Okay, if you have a what suit is that?
heart.
Oh yeah, so any heart would count. If it's a 3, it counts as a 3. If it's anything else, it counts as a 2, basically. So you two contribute. Who's going to make the primary play?
I am. I'm going to
Okay.
use Uncanny Insight.
Okay. Yeah, you've already solved it. Have you?
I have. I know everything.
And you can assist too.
I was debating using a potential on the side to give her a bonus, but
You can make a separate play before then. All right.
That's what
so
I'm
you want to do
thinking.
that? All right. So what do you? How far are you willing? What potential are you?
I'm using She Whispers in my ear.
Okay.
Because the lights may have been out, but the wind can still hear everything.
Okay.
I know, weak logic, but
That definitely would work. I would say this is a 2-card play.
all right. And in my case, this
If
is
you succeed,
This is not. I'm not engaging in deception, but I am actually detecting subterfuge.
Okay.
Deception. So
I will say this will. If you succeed, you will lower the difficulty down by 1 card.
okay.
If you fail, though, you look like an accomplice.
Great.
And
Also,
you
can
two look guilty yourself because you use the potential to cover up evidence.
Okay.
So
and also, can I cash this as well?
yeah, you can always cash
Highlands. We're dealing with Highland folk. I can.
So if you fail, though, you can't.
Yeah.
Solving the crime will be much harder to do.
oh yeah.
So
I'll make it worse. So.
yeah. All right. So go and play.
Okay. So
11. All right.
overspent a bit, but hey.
Yeah. Well, you didn't know what I had.
Than I
And
did.
adding my play.
Well, no. This is for.
Yeah, this is to give.
This
All
is-
right.
yeah.
So this
Additional.
reduces it down to 2 cards.
So I'll kind of whisper to you a little something, and it'll help you cement your
Yes.
image.
All right. Okay.
Now Ross is going to play a joke. Fuck us all
I'm
up.
not playing a joke. I will be nice.
After the huge build-up, okay, it will become a little bit comedy and honey.
I will be nice, but I'm not going to make it easy. So if you succeed, you find the murderer. He's in the room. You can catch him, and you can prove Talua's innocence.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to add to that victory condition?
Interrogation.
And dance.
Do you want him to confess?
Yeah, he needs to confess.
All right, confessing will make it back to a 3-card thing, because that's obviously going to be hard to do.
We can prove it. Why do we
I
need to
was thinking
confess?
we could capture for later interrogation.
Capture, I would assume, would be part of it. So
Yeah.
if you want him to confess, that would add a card to it.
And we don't need him to confess. We can torture
You don't
him.
want to go full Agatha Christie. So just a 2-card right now.
Yep.
If you fail, the nobles immediately outcry, and they basically immediately try to call for the garrison to call you.
In which case, now we have to kill all of them.
Right.
So to clarify, we have.
And you won't. Basically, you will be able to escape, but you
Right.
will be fugitives. So trying to get time to get to the cogent will require sneaking back in at a later time.
So Twy is making the play. Oleg and Tulur are contributing.
Yeah,
And
you can contribute. You can do a team play as well.
I'm debating if I have anything.
Book smart would work, or I am
Yeah.
basic police. You could just quote, basic law of this kingdom.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to if I do contribute, but I feel like I need to use those cards later. So I'm going to. Oh, okay, but what if I play? Well, how did that contribute to her?
Instead of a 3-card, it's a 2-card.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you think? Are you confident with that, or do you want me to?
I'm not going to make this easy.
I mean, I can do something
I
that's just
think
an
with
issue.
this plus theirs, I bet we'll be okay.
Because they'll be
Plus 4
contributing.
instead of a plus 6, or
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah.
So will 2 more make a difference, or?
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we'll be
All
alright.
right.
All right.
We'll see.
22.
It's 20.
23.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And here's my 3.
Yes.
So 6 plus 26. So it's
32.
32 versus
Gee,
a
hell.
22.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause I
helping.
drew a 2 for my crown.
That was lucky.
That was lucky.
I'm helping.
If you tie, actually, it's really fun if you tie because you escalate the stakes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
So it was the butler.
The butler did it.
Yeah, the butler did do it. You find there, you see blood. He has a vial of poison in his pocket. It's the same type. Got a very distinctive scent, and they believe it. The garrison quickly arrives to clap him in irons.
Would
But
have gotten away with it too. It had been for magic.
yeah, the
Magical
Why would he have murdered her and then left the knife on
he
his
does
own plate?
leave. The circle is unbroken. The circle will break you all. The circle of the masters. We are the servants of the masters.
Wait, what did you guys do to me? Seriously. I mean, was there any funny stuff? There was funny stuff. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Then look like just like I'll see you later.
That's some patriarchal bullshit for people with a yonic symbol, okay? Seriously.
So, her assistant, actually her assistant is a guy named what's his name? Second in command of the library. Librarian.
Mendicus.
Bertrand.
Bertrand.
He says, "Look, I'm also with the Explorer Knights. Cecilia told me to trust you implicitly."
Damn it.
Yes.
Damn it, Ross. Why do you have to look like that when you say things? I can't trust you at all.
Wow.
All right. I'll try to trust
So
this guy.
Bertrand
Let's
tells
do it.
you, Cecilia was going to show you this after the dinner party. We have a secret an artifact of great power that can reveal almost anything your mind is capable of learning.
Yeah.
We call it the Cogent. And he takes you to, of course, you already know the command.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh yeah, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. Okay.
You Explorer Knights are amazing. It took us years to solve that.
Oleg knows.
Well, if you had failed, you would not have his help, so you would have had to sneak back on. You had access to it regardless.
All right, so we're good.
So you see the Cogent. So basically, it can tell you exactly how to defeat the Beast of Scale if you're only willing to use it.
All right, who's sacrificing themselves to this?
Okay, so here's the issue. For
Who's
based
going to
on,
put their mind in Carcosa for a few minutes?
I was going to say,
It's not Karka.
is it going to be some kind of will it also be like some kind of mental emotional endurance test as opposed to outwitting it?
You could go either way. You could either you could tank it or you could dodge it.
Because I mean, I could possibly try to do that, but I also
can handle the mental stuff.
I mean, I can. It's just
When there's a will, there's a way. That would be
I've used a
perfect.
lot of my great heart cards. I've got surprisingly tough, but that's a 1 point.
Or uncanny insight. You could just try to understand before your mind breaks.
Yeah.
If you want to be the primary person.
if you've got the cards that can do that.
The number of cards I'll be playing is based on how much information you're going to get.
We want information.
If you want everything, that's 3 cards.
Right.
If you want the basics on how to defeat it, that's 2 cards. If you just want a clue, a lead, that's just 1 card.
You need this receipt?
No. God, really angry at receipts.
Maybe piss me off.
Is there a possibility, based on the hand I've got? I mean, before we do this, can I spend my night cash to redraw?
Yes, you can spend your night's cash to flush your hand and draw
Because
entirely.
I'm holding a shit ton of diamonds, and that's not going to help.
Oh, that's what I need.
For me, those are my steadfast sailor and surprisingly tough.
I tried to rotate them out so that mine are, I have a nice even balance.
No one
but
said
now,
there'd be reading in this game.
Well, there's always
What the hell?
randomization.
exactly.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
'Cause
I've got this.
Okay.
You've got this. All right, you go for it.
How much do you want to get?
If I said everything,
That's 3 cards.
yeah.
Plus a 1. Well, if you want everything, that's 3 cards plus a cash. Challenge cash on my part.
Anybody got any good boost for that? I think I can pull that off, but I'm not sure.
If you could do team play, but that means you're linking to the thing too, so you'll take consequences as well.
So you
Yeah.
can chain in.
Yeah.
So maybe do a thing beforehand to mentally prep.
Yeah, you could do separate play ahead of time to fortify him. That would remove
Give me
the
mind
challenge
blocks
cash.
or something.
Yeah. If you fail, you'd lose your potential hand.
All right.
As you just drain your magic, and it'll take you some time to get it all back.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
Yeah, I want to though.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do where there's a will.
Okay, so you
let's see.
can link minds with him to fortify it.
Yeah.
If you succeed, it will remove the cash, just making it a 3-card challenge. I won't have a cash to play.
If anybody else has any tricks they want
If
to
you
pull,
fail, you'll lose your hand as you just discharge all your magic.
Imagine
Or-
this as an anime.
I guess-
Staring at
you know
the
what?
case and
Yeah. This is like a kung fu kind of training montage.
And I can show her my cards, right?
That's a good question.
I always wonder about that.
I will
I
ask
think you should ask.
I will ask, but I will allow it for this time.
Okay.
Well, let's get the creator over here.
Yeah, I can email him.
Okay,
I literally
yes.
can do that.
I know. The rest of you want to get.
So, I mean, you don't have to. I think that's a really great draw, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
those 3 cards would be perfect.
All right. Well, this if your first friend is buying this card, it's a draw for you, a play for you.
So, it's up
2
to you. You
cards.
don't have to. I don't think you have to, unless Ross is holding a Joker.
I
So,
haven't used mine.
I know.
You have
He
to tell
moved
us
his
if you're holding
hands.
a joke
He
for us.
moved his hands back, so I can't see his cards
Yeah.
anymore.
I know.
I should just draw the Joker and play it just
Yeah,
now.
just out of spite.
Just,
yeah.
Yes.
All right. Fuck it. I'm doing it live. Okay.
You're not doing the fortifying thing?
She doesn't have to.
No.
All right,
Okay.
3 cards plus 1.
Okay. Do it.
All right, hold on. All right, wait. Well, let's set the consequences.
If I
see what
fail,
yeah.
I am just like.
All right, here's what
I'll take damage.
you will actually get the information. You will get enough information to progress. You'll get the equivalent of like the 2-card thing, but you break the machine, obviously.
Yeah.
You cause then a maelstrom of energy as it explodes in the library, causing all kinds of complications. And you will have to flee out of this kingdom before the authorities catch up with you for
Okay.
causing this level of destruction.
But this is for all the cookies.
Yes, this is for all the cookies.
Okay.
And yeah, so let's take a look here. Let me pick my cards because I need to do that. All right. Are you using any caches?
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, actually, no.
All right, 3 versus 3. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh. All right.
That was great.
You use the Joker.
Yes.
All
Are you
right.
using any gashes? Well, maybe no.
Make sure those cards down first. That was a great trick. I picked up
All
off you
right.
there.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So I have to shuffle again. Thank you.
Actually, I have to now, don't I?
No, yeah, you do too.
Without the Jokers.
Without
so.
the Joker.
But again, all the cookies.
We're down to 1 Joker.
I know.
You haven't even gotten to the beats yet.
I know. I just thought about that. I'm like, oh god, we've all used our jokers.
I'm sorry. We needed all that information to help us in the future.
All right.
But
You realize not all the masters died with the destruction. There was a cataclysmic event that caused the masters to die out as a species, and it is believed that there was one single island, but it was massive and round, and it's called a planet. And it exploded into many parts that float and are what you live on now. And perhaps this cataclysm caused by the masters, and perhaps they were trying to prevent it. There's some sort of artifact, the Grand Amplifier, which was integral to it. But one of them, or perhaps a child of one of them, but someone connected to the masters, lived and was trying to rebuild. And this person tried to. You're not sure what he was trying to do with the kin and the children of the dark, but he wanted some level of control over them, and so he built these beasts as a measure to control them in some way, or perhaps they were united. The beast, the entire relationship. You're not entirely clear on, but you're very clear about the beast of scale.
Okay.
It was going to be the muscle. Of this final project, of this final masterpiece, and it was a beast of. It is like a dragon, but on a scale unlike anything you've seen. It is vast in size, the size of a country itself, almost.
so it
thousands
is,
feet in diameter.
it is the beast we fought by landing it for the boss battle.
Shadow Colossus size, like bigger than Shadow Colossus size. It emits steam, so you cannot clearly see it at any time. But there is one weapon that has control over it. That there is a servitor of this last of the masters that waits in the dark to be called again. The servitor has no name, but she lives on a ship of ice, and only by going down to the twilight frontier and lighting the cold fire candle can you call her. The cold fire candle, you get a clear picture of where it is, It's held by the gambler Esteban in a sky pirate fortress not far from here.
So I'm going to be that's like my one hand on this, one hand on the book. It's scribbling itself in the book, and you're reading off the book.
Yeah.
Exactly as you said it.
Okay.
She will give you the mist harpoon, which will allow you. You're not sure. It's actually the harpoon may be a mistranslation. It's something neural interface connection, but it will pierce the hide of the beast of scale, and you will be able to gain control over it, or be able to kill it. The beast itself had simple programming. It was meant to go to a place and do a thing. It was a simple, mindless thing, and this will allow you to understand it. You also realize the only way to predict it's too fast for your ship to catch. The only way to know where it is going to be is to predict where it's going to be next. You realize there are many creatures, any native creature of sensitive senses will be able to predict that. Like how animals can predict earthquakes and things like that.
So basically, if we find a creature that's not fully tamed, but tamed enough.
Well, there are massive herbivores called hemoths.
Oh yeah.
Hemoths, you've met these before.
Oh, yeah.
They are massive creatures that drift through the sky in large herds. They are shaped like ship-sized teardrops, with rows of stubby, seemingly ineffectual wings along their flanks and huge sail-like tails. They are innate potential users. So
Skywell.
you mind whisper one, and it will tell you where the beast is coming next, because they are trying to get the fuck away from them.
Okay.
So there's three things you have to do. You have to get the cold fire candle to get the mist harpoon, then mind link with a hemoth, and then go there and then use the harpoon on the beast.
So we have to go to the frontier.
All right. Well, first you need to get the cold fire candle from Esteban.
Right. Okay,
So your group easily, since you so masterfully used it, the Cogent, you don't blow up the archive. You managed to you hop on the next steam train back to your ship, and the assassins have all been, they're out of assassins here. The Circle, you kind of beat the hell out of them.
Man, just when you need some assassins, you run out.
Yeah,
You realize that they all got thrown off a moving train.
Beggar assassin got dealt with, and then there's he's not fully dealt with, is he?
Well, the butler's gone too. He was the one who did all that shit in the library. So you managed to get back to your ship easily. So the Sky Pirate Fortress isn't too far away. You realize the trick is getting Esteban to give you this cold fire candle, which is it looks like a candle made out of ice that's still sort of neutral to the touch. It never melts. It's kind of an oddity. No one knows what it does. Only you know how to light it using potential. So because of your mind link.
Okay.
All right.
You could either try and gamble with him. You could try to barter with him, or you could just raid the Sky Pirate Fortress and take it from him. It's not a massive fortress. It's more like a hideout. So you'd be outnumbered 2-1. They have about 100 guys there. You have 50, but you're badasses. So
Who here's actually good at gambling?
Yeah.
I can fast talk. That's
I
about
can
it.
Jedi mind trick him into giving it to us.
you could try that.
I could.
Oh yeah. Everyone gets 3 potential back.
Up to
So-
4.
Up to 4.
So I really just draw up. You can't be like, I'm going to lose. Okay.
Well, if you were down to 0, I think.
Yeah.
One of you lost all your potential. I thought.
Well, that was a risk that we didn't take.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because I was trying to build you up a little bit so you think,
right.
I'm supposed to do that.
Sorry, for me. So, how do you want to approach the Sky Pirate Fortress? It's
I mean, there's lots of ways you can interpret armor as for chumps. You could just assume that I am stout and I could just drink him under the table.
Oh yeah, that would be gambling.
Yeah.
By the way, the hideout that these Sky Pirates are in, it drifts between the highlands and the lowlands. It's actually ruins. They're actually made out of the Master's alloy, so it's kind of indestructible.
Actually, no.
But there's barely some rock around it, so they don't grow anything there. It's just a place to dock your ship and drink and meet and trade with each other. So there's basically a bar floating in the
up to
void.
you.
So and there's
I can do knife throwing.
Can we get inside to meet with him easily enough?
well, that's the thing. You're a heavily armed ship.
I can get us in.
You could I will say your ship you can disguise to make it look like a standard frigate, so you do not you're not running your colors.
Yeah.
I can talk us in. I just can't do the thing.
So this is this is not Tortuga or anything like that. So it's fairly easy to infiltrate. And nightly explorers are allowed there as long as they're peaceful. I mean, obviously, if you want to fight, you're fighting everyone there, and there's about 100 people there.
Right. Okay,
So-
so
We
as long as we don't start a bar fight. That's
So if you
fine.
want to drink him in there, you could easily meet with Esteban. He's a well-known gambler. He's got a good reputation. He's mostly a treasure hunter.
Let's not do the out drink him because I don't have nearly enough spades for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could always make multiple plays. You know, if some of you had some smarty man thing, you could make some sort of concoction to improve his constitution.
is that?
If you have your Knight's Cash, you could flush your hand and redraw an entire new hand.
Yeah, except I like the hand that I have for when we eventually fight the thing.
All right. Well, these are all choices.
Yes.
You can mind fuck him with that thing. I can try to fast
So, are you wanting to meet Esteban yet, or are you still discussing?
We're going to figure out how we're going to approach him.
Okay.
I mean,
Talur, you got anything input on this?
Cthulhu, could you possibly we distract him and you steal it?
Yeah, I can do that.
With what?
Cash race.
Yeah, you can make a play to do that.
Do you have? Is that are you set up for it?
That's my potential.
I'm saying, are you set up for it?
Well, it's his potential hand, so
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
cards for it. I mean, it would obviously be a play.
Yeah.
Well, that would be two plays. One for him to... First, someone would have to distract him, which would be probably a 2-card play.
Yeah, I can try to fast talk him. Just seem like I've got some kind of angle. I mean, he'd probably want to believe that the knights are corrupt anyways. So if I'm trying to work some angle on him, he's going to try to work back. It's going to bomb out a little bit with a cautious backing off, but during that time, boink. So
It's up to you guys.
or if you guys have another way to distract him, just keep him busy.
I mean, I have like a shadow in the dark, but I don't really know what I could do.
Well, you could wait till he's
Just-
asleep and steal it from him.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Wait,
He has a room
right,
there.
yeah.
He's a treasure hunter waiting for his next. Right now, he's in between jobs. He's drinking. Like he's had a good find recently. You know that he's basically whenever he makes a major payday, he just spends it all drinking and carousing. So he's in the middle of the drinking and carousing part. So
Can I make a separate play to observe him, read you like a book, and know when he's about to have had too much to drink?
yeah,
And
I'll
then
give you
order
a
him
cash.
one more drink.
Yeah, that would give the person who tries to drink him on their table a 1-card cash. So
Well, no, I'm just saying that no matter whatever somebody else tries to do, they'll get a cash because
Okay.
he's drunk.
Keep him busy because he's
Okay.
drunk. He's going to be chatty.
yeah, if you're using something deceptive, if you're not just fighting him, obviously,
Yeah.
he can fight just as well drunk as he is.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so yeah, you get to the bar. It's it's called the zombie hook kite. There's an undead hook kite nailed to the wall.
You just have to
kites
go
are
there.
flying.
Had to go there, didn't
I
you?
had to go there. I did have to go there.
You didn't, but you did.
I did.
Are we now part of that super universe that people are discussing?
Yep.
Okay.
It's all in that simulation. In the original. He's there. He's drinking. So you're just wanting to figure out when he's going to be drunk enough and order him another thing. Timing that, also it's a 2-card challenge to do that without arousing suspicion to yourself. If you succeed, you'll give a 1-card cash to anyone who makes their next play without drawing any suspicion. If you fail, you will do that, but you will draw attention to yourself as well, in the form of someone trying to pick your pocket or pick a fight with you.
Okay.
2 cards. Let me look at my hand and see what I have.
No, I kind of want to have a drinking competition with him.
Well, I mean, he's
That would be funny as hell.
Wouldn't that be funny as hell? I think.
Use your potential to make him think you're drinking?
What do I want to use?
Just be like, who can drink this beer faster?
I'll do this. All right.
So it's up to you. If you want to distract him, I've got an angle
Do you have 2 cards?
I only have one for.
Okay.
Read like a book's only 1-card ability.
Yeah, this is actually about what I can do. So, all right. Actually, no, I will change that to
There you go.
this. All right. Not playing any cashes or anything?
No.
Okay. 19.
8.
Okay. The next person does get a cash, but a group of roughs. One of them recognizes you. Oleg, you so-and-so, you threw me in the brig for sky piracy when I was only taking back what was mine. Those tax collectors didn't deserve all of my profits. You made me become a pirate. So there is a brawl starting up that we will deal with in a bit. As this is going on, who's going to make the play?
So, do you want to make the play for the thing? I can put 2 cards to bear to keep him distracted, but that's...
Yeah, what do you want him to do if you succeed? You could just succeed and just get back to your ship quickly. I would say that's a 2-card challenge. You want to do that, and no one will ever know that you did it, or you could lay the blame on someone else. That would be 3 cards. Or if you want to get some other benefit, or change the circumstances of how you get it.
Right now we're just looking to distract him long enough to let...
Actually, it could be a 1-card challenge if you grab it, but in the ensuing brawl, you take a minor wound. Actually, everyone in the bar will take a minor wound as it turns into someone just fires the quick shot.
Like
So-
a Donnybrook.
Are we abandoning the wait till he goes to sleep thing then, or is the brawl like?
Or do you want to wait for him to go to sleep and steal
We were
it
gonna
later?
keep him distracted.
In which case, I'll do Oleg's complication next.
So do you want to keep?
And
him?
someone else-
Am I sneaking in to steal this thing? Or
That's what I thought we were going to keep him distracted. Oleg was going to tell us how to keep him distracted when the right time is.
Oleg did his part. Oleg got him. He is super drunk. He's also distracted by
Right.
the fight. That's right.
Okay, so he is distracted.
Yeah, he is distracted.
So
you
really,
have 1 card
it's-
cash for everyone.
We are now at the steal the thing area.
Yeah.
So
you could use your cat's grace.
I'm going to do that.
All right.
Yes,
What do you want to
yes.
do if you succeed? You steal it and
I get away completely scot-free.
all right. Because there's a complication, I'll say it's a 2-card challenge. And yeah, 2-card challenge. You get away. If you fail though, you grab it and you get caught up in the fracas.
Okay.
And in which case, all of you
Drink and fight and drink and fight and drink and fight some more.
basically.
We fight.
And let's get rid of this and this. Okay. All right. So, what are you using? Cat's Grace? How many cards does that have?
3.
3? Oh, okay. You gotta play all 3?
Yep.
Okay. I have a 10.
I have a lot more than that. I have
Okay.
24.
All right. You managed to get away. So is anyone else going to intervene to help Oleg with his fight?
I can
Or-
help, but
Alright.
it's like going to be a small bonus, really.
Okay, you're just going to give the 2 cards.
I'm helping. I'm helping.
Actually, unless you think my small talk can help get him a path out.
If you want to make a play, you could do that.
My plan is just if this fight's going to be a distraction, I'm going to perform
Okay.
and make it a distracting fight.
All right, my play is essentially to offer you. Do you want me to throw in a couple points to give you a quick retreat? All right, you got this.
Okay.
You're the dog now, man.
I'll say it's a 2-card fight. However, we're going to tap that assassin again. He is doggedly on pursuing you because that, kind of what he does. And I don't see another chance to use him because this is the last time going to be where he can sneak up on you in some sort of civilized setting, probably because you're going to be in the ship for a while. And so yeah, if you succeed, you beat the pirates easily and can. What do you want? What else do you want to happen? Do you have anything?
I want to make it a show.
Okay.
I want to win, and I want everyone to have a good time watching me win.
Okay. I will give you a 1-card morale cache you can use on your ship's crew as they're like, Oleg!
We dove off the turnbuckle.
If you fail, though, I will say you take a major wound that is divided by 2, so up to 5.
This is just like the
I'm not going
Donnybrook
to
of
go all out because
69.
I'm going to do like the fancy moves and
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, the assassin's definitely going all out.
Oh, yeah. Well, once-
he's everyone else is brawling too. Like it's a brawl, not a fight to the death. But the assassin is not playing fair. So he is going 2 cards in, and he is going to be a jerk. Weirdly enough. And what do I want to use?
So I'm going to tap my bear grappler.
Bear grappler. Okay. Probably a good idea. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. All right. 17 plus a 7. 24.
Right now, I have a 21. Now, since I'm doing this as a show, is that a trickery or deception? So can I crown that with my jack?
Trigger deception. I would say so. You're putting on a show. I'd allow that.
So then I get
Okay.
2.
You only crown once.
Well, no, but I use the cash as well.
Oh, okay. So you're up to. You can only. You got up to 5 cards. All right. Yeah.
So that's 25.
Well, even without the crown, you would have
Right.
succeeded. So,
I
yeah.
got a rousing success.
You did get a rousing success, and you've managed to. The assassin slinks away. You throw a couple of pirates onto him. He disappears into the mass of bodies. And yeah, good job. You get a 1 card morale, 1 card cash for morale. Anything the ship crew will need to do, but you have the cold fire candle. And you
Yay.
can sink back, and you can get the mist harpoon. Yeah, I guess you go straight down in the Twilight Frontier.
Yeah,
I assume.
we're gonna have to do this. I mean,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so the Twilight Frontier, it's super cold. You have to dim the light. Well, you have a choice of have your running lights on or not, because you can. It's dark enough that you can barely see without them. But if you turn them on, well, what things are going to notice that? There's a lot of predators out there.
If we turn it off, it becomes a challenge to not crash, right? I'm guessing.
Those are constantly raining, sleeting, and like.
It would be something like a steadfast sailor would have to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. Why does nobody else take sailing shit if we're in a fucking... Sorry.
Because it's the Twilight Frontier and you're trying to make good time. So this is going to be a 2-card challenge to get there safely to the rendezvous point with the ship of ice.
Okay.
So I will say, yeah.
And I'm just gonna, again, I guess oppose it with my steadfast sailor, hope for the best
Yeah.
here.
So if you succeed, you get there without a problem. If you fail,
I'm trying to remember, did I use
I
my
was-
Helen's cash? I don't think I did, but I might have thought about it. I don't remember that.
I will say your crew is several members of your crew suffer frostbite as you descend too cold too fast, or you go down too far too fast.
Yeah.
They aren't prepared for it, and your ship is barely holding together.
So, Dan, is it okay if we use the morale thing here, or...
Sure.
It's
Okay.
a 2-card challenge. Yeah.
So I've got, that'll give us a total of 2 cards to play. One's just the,
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So moving it over.
Really? Damn it, Ross.
I got
Okay, that's revenge. Okay, fair enough. That's revenge. All right.
That's gonna be really bad, guys.
Also did crown,
It's gonna, yeah.
and I did do the other thing, so I have to actually do the cards, mercifully. So I didn't draw those. Okay. Sorry.
That's fine. I had to get through. I have to find my Joker, guys. I mean, like,
It's totally not in your hand.
it's well, that would be revealing. All right, so you get to the rendezvous point, and you light the cold fire candle using potential, and you're arc, right?
I am wind.
Oh, wind. Oh, okay.
I'm Mark.
Oh yeah.
Your
wait.
arc.
Use a bit of arc to
I'll tell him how to
ignite
do
the
it.
spark.
Well, I used 3 of my potential cards, so
Yeah, everyone gets 1 potential back for the amount of time they've.
Still capped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we can trash one to cycle through. I mean, I'd be okay with that.
If you can always just randomly discard a card to do a minor magical effect, depending on what your thing is. So that would have been
I can discard one right now on the way back.
Yeah.
To make us go faster.
Yeah. Or it could actually help with that too by reinforcing the ship to make sure it doesn't get sheared apart by the winds as you go faster.
Sure. I'll do that.
Okay. So you random discard one.
Oh, it's a random discard?
It's a random discard
That's
from
the
your
problem with the rain.
hand.
That's why I've been avoiding it.
It's a random discard from your hand.
That's the part I
No.
don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I only have 1 card I want to get rid of, not all 4.
Yeah.
Well, you have a 25% chance of being right then, right?
Great.
So a ship rises out from the dark. You can see it because it glitters in the darkness. But the predators of the Twilight Frontier in the dark just stay away from it. You actually see several. There's actually several bioluminescent predators in the Twilight Frontier and the deep and the dark that lure their prey with lights, and you just see those sort of lights, spectral lights, just veering away from the ship. And it's kind of like a Viking longship. It has no sails. It's not an induction hull. It's not using arcane technology. You have no idea how it's rising up. And it appears to be made of ice that reflects and refracts any light that is shown towards it. So even your faint lights make it light up like it was
White Walkers.
Yeah. Sorry. It just is leveling with your ship. Your crew is like trembling with fear as they see this unnatural specter come towards your ship. The cold, you feel it hundreds of feet before it gets to you. You are all your teeth are chattering. You are, of course, you're very miserable because you hate the cold anyway. And you're definitely not this kind of person.
You don't even own a shirt.
Yeah, he has a coat. No, you have to have a coat for Twilight Frontier. It's like 20 degrees. It's super cold.
It's a poncho.
Yeah. God damn it. No.
And I'm feeling right at home.
Yeah. No, this is really bad even for you. You're at the edge of the Twilight Frontier. You're right above the dark.
I'm from there.
I know. No, there are depths inside of this. You're right above the dark.
It's that cold, huh?
Yeah. No, it's cold. And also there's the ship made of ice coming towards you. So.
Whatevs. I'm only mildly terrified.
Yeah, none of you, even those of you who studied the Master Tongue, you've never heard of anything like this.
In this case, I'll attempt to lighten the situation with a little bit of humor. Talur, I dare you stick your tongue on that ship.
You don't have enough money to cover that bet.
All right.
So it comes alongside your ship. Hold. You should, if you don't discard a potential card at random, your ship will take damage from the frost.
God damn it.
How's this? Do you want to compare to see who's got a better hand to hold on to?
I will discard one at random.
For what ability?
Force of will.
Well, that's just mental. It has to be a potential thing.
I've
Keeping the ship from. Oh,
I've got a way to do it, but
how's force of will going to stop the ship from being too brittle to fall apart?
I will hold it together with my mind.
Okay.
No, hydrokinesis, because I can control the
All right,
ice
this is going to be a play.
particles to keep it
all right, this is
together.
going to be a play then. So.
Oh, all right.
now, on the other hand, if I were to random for I Am the Wind,
which one of you wants to do with it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Well, if it's
It would
going
just
to
be a discard
play-
for him because it's or. He could just reinforce the hull. For you, it's a play because it's harder for you.
So it would be a play for me to generate a warm
I'll do it.
around us.
And Ross is determined to see
Okay.
what cards.
No, I just want to throw this away. I don't want to play any of them.
All right, discard one at random.
Would you like me to pick one?
I will pick. Let's see here. This one.
Of course.
The ace.
Damn it.
All right. Well, that determines the effect. Your ship is completely fine as you reinforce the materials.
So we're just we're not toasty. We're still cold. Actually.
You're still cold, but your ship is not going to be too brittle to like break into pieces when you leave.
We wouldn't want that, right?
But there, you want to fall until no one knows if there's a bottom to the dark. So it's just an infinite void as far as anyone knows. So the woman comes alongside and holds out a very long, looks like a harpoon to you, but it seems to be made out of mist. But seems to be solid at the same time. Like you could just mist that just kind of stays in place. So anyone with rain could pick it up for free.
Well, sure, I've got that, yeah. And the 12-year-old harpoon.
Yeah, well, it's much larger than you, but because of your potential, it does not hurt you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yep.
There you go.
We're not going to die yet.
So the woman.
God, am I going to have to shoot the big giant space?
Well, you can load it on his ballista. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got the weapon of legend.
Cool.
Or whatever the hell this is.
Thanks, lady.
She seems to be made of ice. She has fine features, sort of carved in. Was she alive once? You don't know. You try not to linger too long on her face.
I'm losing sanity.
And she just kind of descends back into the dark.
Hey, Talur, I dare you stick your tongue on the harpoon.
You don't have that kind of money.
All right. So the only thing you have left to do now is find a hemoth, which you have to fly way back up. The flying sky cow or sky whale, basically, and mind link with it, and it will tell you where the next attack is coming from because they can sort of intuitively sense where the beast is going, and they know to get the fuck out.
Look, we're gonna go there and we're gonna bring fucklet.
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
you fly quickly up with your ship reinforced as it is. You don't have to worry about any penalties. You could make a play, or you could make do a discard to go faster.
I'm going to hold on to that till we're looking for the whales. Or for the,
that's where you're at right now.
Okay, so look right now.
You have them as RPPR, and you need to figure out where the beast is. The way the Hemoth will tell you where it is.
If I was to make a She Whispers in My Ear play...
Well, you could take additional benefits if you wanted to. Risk additional consequences.
Thinking...
Moths. Not bees.
It's spelled He moth, like Hemoth.
Yeah, but I was picturing
Hemoth.
he moths, not like a behemoth.
Like a Mothman.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my god.
And now the
Sweet,
way you said that made me
delicious
realize it's from behemoth, which makes way more sense.
Yeah.
What you thinking, like the Moth Monster Man from Aqua Hunger
Yeah.
Force,
Anyway,
just
so
like a
if you want to
giant
make a
moth.
discard or make a play?
with the voice of H. John
Why
Benjamin.
couldn't it be like a giant whale-sized moth?
There we go.
Right.
Hemoth.
Yeah.
They're probably the same too.
With a voice with H. John Benjamin's voice. Oh my god.
John.
All right. I will do just a... Hey, we are quick win.
Discard. Just a 5. See, look, I don't get the aces all the time. Apparently.
Or the Joker.
Yeah.
Which you can't take that one.
That's not in the potential. Yeah.
Wait, how'd you get a joke in your... Son of a bitch!
That would mean you're not playing the game right.
Right,
So, with your reinforced ship and the wind at your sails, you easily get back up to the lowlands and find a Hemoth. Talur, you have a mind link ability?
It's one of my
Beast
caches,
Whisperer?
it's Monster Whisperer.
Okay. What are your potentials?
Ninja Vanish, Shattering Touch, and Cat's Grace.
Okay. With that, you know how to... well, you have telepathy, so you could use that, too.
Yeah.
So you could connect either. So which of you wants to try and figure out where the...
Can I use Monster Whisperer to help her out?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Cool.
Yeah, so you just get a cash from him.
Okay. Let's see what my cards are.
He's like, we'll go up there together. Like, all right, here's how you need to talk to these guys.
I'll say it's a 2-card challenge. If you succeed, you will be able to figure out where the beast is and be there in time before it attacks. If you fail, you figure out in time, but it's already attacked its target.
Okay.
Does that sound fine?
Yeah. Just trying to decide what I'm going to use.
Well, Force of Will would certainly work. Jedi Mind Trick would work.
Okay. Need to be a potential, probably.
Yeah, you're mind linking. But you get your card cash from it, so it's a 2-card thing.
Okay.
So, let's see here.
Save that one.
Or not.
Oh, wait. This is a 3.
Yeah, you could just, you have 3 and +1, so...
So the plus one would be Tom's cash there? Or her cash?
His cash.
So he would have to flip.
No, she can flip. It's just he has to
his, yeah.
spend his.
Okay, so I was just wondering how that
Yeah.
mechanically worked. So.
Do you have your cards?
Oh, trying to think. Because we haven't even gotten to the guy yet, so we're going to have to save up some of these in case I have to...
Do you always get a chance to draw more cards?
I suppose so.
I mean, it'll
These are not
you'll
great.
be able to. It'll probably be far away. You get to draw 1 or 2 more potential back.
Yellow.
All right, well, then we'll do this. Okay.
All right, I got 2.
All right, I got 3.
All right.
Oh, good. You went way easy. Plus, I have
Yeah.
Tom's cash. Okay.
Yeah, easily.
So I win. That was cool. Let's talk to the Hemoth.
I can save all my good cards for.
Yeah, I know.
about
I
to say,
really,
that's
I
really
have a
am
lot of face.
Supposed to be like,
screwed.
Says to me like, "Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
What?
Don't go that way.
Seriously, you want to go that way?
Yeah, there's a bad thing coming. It's a big predator.
Don't go that way. Never go that way.
You got
go
any
that way, then
cheese?
go straight to that giant sky demon thing.
Yeah.
You got any cheese? I like cheese.
All right, so it's going to a target in the lowlands, and it is a moderate-sized kingdom. There are 1,000 people on it, and it is going to break that apart. It is strong enough. You realize the beast of scale is strong enough to break a highland in half. And there's only so many of those highlands around.
Right.
You fly around a lot, but you still need solid land to exist, to grow food and to sleep and all this other stuff. So.
Right. Right.
It's kind of the end of all of you if all the Highlands get destroyed. So, kind of a big deal.
Okay.
And rocks of a certain size, once they're broken up small enough, they just start falling instead of floating. So, yeah, it's not like they...
I will find them!
Anyways, so you go there, and you just see it's like a shepherding community there. They have they have sheep, and it's just a nice little pleasant little community you see in the distance. And they kind of wave at you. Oh, hey, what's going on?
I was like, you guys are in such mortal peril.
And your first mate on the crow's nest spots. Cloud ahead, steam it looks like. And in the distance with your looking glasses you can see, there is a massive steam bank heading towards you. Much larger than the island itself. Or about the same. Yeah, no, it's big.
No, I'm just formulating a plan.
It's Independence Day.
Yes. You see gouts of flame coming from it as well.
So we need to get close enough to fire this thing.
We
need
get
to fire
rerunning
the thing.
potential from the journey.
Yeah, you get 2 potential back.
Yay.
Cool.
Should use it. All right.
So, the basic thing is stabbing this with the mist harpoon will do it then.
Yes.
It's linked to it somehow. It will do some sort of effect. You got some intuition would give you some sort of link to the beast itself. But you don't know how that works. So you'd have to stab it in there and kind of then see what happens. Of course, you have to get close enough to launch it with your ballista, which you have figured out how to put on there.
Sure.
And put the strongest cable. It's actually kind of like the mist kind of just extends infinitely, but you can tie it onto something safely. So you could tie it onto the strongest mooring on the ship.
Yeah. Would crack shot be good to fire that thing?
It's his grapple gun.
Oh, okay.
If he allows you to do it.
Hook.
So you could fire it with his thing, and then you could use potential to reinforce it to make your grapple gun shoot faster or farther, for example. Because you don't know how close you have to get in order to shoot this thing effectively to pierce its hide. Because if you shoot it too far, it just won't have enough killing power to pierce the hide.
So if I got us good and close, and we just blitz this thing.
Plus, it's surrounded by steam. Like, how much of it is steam?
Oh, yeah. And how dangerous is that steam? So you might use your rain to
That's what I was going to use my hydrokinesis to disperse the steam.
Yeah.
And then we
Or
can
at least protect your own ship, yeah.
Yeah. Is it a 10-foot cloud, or is it like a 500-foot cloud, and he's really just this tiny little thing surrounded by a whole bunch of
I guess if you did give us that from a distance, I am the window.
Actually, the one card play to just figure that out. And if you fail, you just get it wrong. Comically.
Okay.
So...
it's smaller than we thought, guys.
Hydrokinesis.
Okay.
It's actually a hyperactive.
Do you want to use a cash or anything?
Oh, God, I probably should, but we'll see. You know what? I have several left. We're already at the guy, so yeah.
How are you using? You can just sense the water molecules out there.
Don't you have something that gives you better range and stuff like that? Your relic?
What relic do you have?
Oh yeah, I made myself a crystal pendant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say you can use that.
Okay.
And that would just give you a 1-card cash with this. So.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll use my pendant.
All right.
Okay.
It's deception, obviously. So.
Yes.
All right.
Just barely.
Yeah, 16 versus 18.
Okay.
You get a sense it's probably about 50 feet of fog of steam around it on all sides. So
it's a better target area.
So you have to get through 50 feet, basically, before you get to the actual. You get about halfway in, you can see the flesh of it. So does that make sense? But it's also really hot steam, so it will hurt you unless you're magically protected. So I will say it's just one wound to be immersed in it for one encounter, basically, or it depends on how long you're there.
But we kind of want to have our card option, so if we do have protection... Okay, so I can IM to win us in there, or I guess it's either or prospect. Get us there really quickly, or windshield the ship.
Well, it's definitely slowed down. It can be incredibly fast, but now it's going much slower. It's you realize part of its physiology is it can sort of reconfigure its own abilities to build up for speed or for war. And so it's sort of absorbing a lot of potential and just building up to sort of psych itself up to destroy this Highland.
Okay.
So it's about to start its rampage. So it's definitely going to be a lot slower now.
All right.
Yeah. So you can all act. You can all do things. You can get within. Right now, you're way off. You're several thousand feet from it. It's approaching the highland. The shepherding community has noticed it now. They're all like, "What's going on?" Well, they're too far away for you to hear, but they're all running around, ringing bells. Some of them have small little sky dinghies that they're, they're loading people into. Not that it'll do them any good.
Right.
It's not very fast. So you could make another blade to reinforce the ship for steam to protect it against that, or you could with the hydrokinesis, or
Air shield.
or an air shield. Yeah, any one of you could do that.
Actually, I can say that I'm making a tiny cyclone.
Or actually, you, Tulu, or you could actually vanish from their eyes. You could ninja vanish the entire ship.
Oh,
The entire ship, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right. So if you succeed, you become invisible to their eyes, to its eyes, however many there are, and if you, so you'll be able to, it won't be able to launch any ranged attacks at you until you get within, boarding distance or shooting distance.
Okay.
You also use Catch Monster Whisper.
You already used that.
Oh, that's right, I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm all right.
I'll say it's a 2-card chance. If you fail, though, you lose all your potential. You drain all your potential for this scene, or you could take a minor wound as you shock yourself, and obviously you're. Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right. Which one do you want? Lose your potential or take a wound? Okay. All right. So 2-card challenge. Let me look here. I'll take that card, and I'll take that card. Okay.
Not strategize this very well.
Ready?
Yeah.
14. This is definitely a deception, so the king does not count as a crowning.
12, but ace crowns.
All right, pull it up.
17.
All right,
Nice.
barely succeed. And there we go. That's
so it
interesting.
won't be shot at.
Yep.
But
That's
the issue is we need to get there, not get hurt by the steam, and Neuralink the thing.
Well, you already got there. I mean, you can close the distance, so now you just need to protect yourself from the steam or brave the steam. The ship can survive steam for a while before it breaks down.
So what are you guys thinking?
Any one of you three could protect the ship against the steam using your potential.
It would just be one.
It depends on what you wanted, like how much you want. I mean, if it's just a temporary shield to get through one play, that would be, just a discard.
I mean,
if you wanted something
one
for like
play and then
the rest of the game, that would be a play.
I think one play long enough just to
Yeah.
We're just going to get in.
get a shot off.
Yeah.
Because I could put up a water shield.
Your water shield, an earth, or reinforce the ship itself,
Yeah.
or an air shield.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to shoot the thing.
So you probably
So
want
you guys save up your stuff.
Up to you.
I could do
So
a
you want
water.
me to, or do you want to?
Well,
How about we use hers to give us a shot, and you can either help us get out or
Gotcha.
stay in.
Because we can either warp out, or I can disperse.
Because she can do a discard to give us a shot.
Yeah.
And if that shot doesn't work, then you can either help disperse to keep it to give us another shot,
Yeah.
or give us the win to GTFO.
Right, and that's more of a play.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so who's doing what? You're doing this shield?
I'm doing a shield.
Okay. 2-card. If you succeed, it will be protected for the rest of this battle. It's a 2-card thing.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about the steam anymore. And if you fail, you can either take the ship can be protected, but you take a major wound from overload, or the ship destabilizes and slips some of the crew off, sending you. It's protected, but your ship goes haywire and sails into the creature and maybe crashing on it, or maybe just getting feet away from it. Getting way too close, in other words.
I think I would take the wound rather than risk everyone else.
Okay, so you're taking a
That's
wound.
if I
rather-
lose. Yeah, if I fail.
Okay.
I'm also going
It's
to
a
use a
2-card
cash.
AP survive.
Because Hydra is only one card, so Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I'm going to use
This is definitely combat because you're protecting
Right.
them from it.
the trick I learned when I escaped from slavery.
Oh, wait, I get another card. Anyways, all right, so you're using your one
I'm
card
using
and one card
cash.
cash. Okay.
20.
20
Shit.
plus 26.
Well, I lose.
Okay.
10.
So you get, so you protect the ship, but you take a major wound.
Okay.
As the steam, it is, well, really hot, and you focus on, blood starts pouring out of your nose and your ears, you're hemorrhaging, but you're making a heroic sacrifice. So you
Those rays
take,
are good.
oh, hey, we get to try out this wound critical hit thing,
God.
so, thank you for that. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so eager for that, but
That's fine.
yeah, no.
Par for the course.
Par for the course. No, it's not 5 wounds, but let me read up on this. Let's see here. Caches, blah blah blah. We are using a playtest draft, so it is not the best organized.
That's just how it goes.
Let's see. I should have asked someone to look this up before I did this.
You didn't really.
Task difficulty. All right. Let's see. Hard circumstances. Injuries. Here we go. Minor wound. Let's see here. Face card. Queens. 2-card wound and a broken leg. Your leg. You fall as your ship has to tilt. Veer away as a gout of superheated air. Nearly vaporizes your ship. You're so lost in thought you don't think to you can't brace, so you
Right.
tumble into the rails. You feel your leg snap in twain. You take two wounds, so your hand is reduced to 4.
Okay.
And left her in twain.
So randomly discard 2 of the cards from your hand. Let's see. Oh, that's 3.
Oh, good.
Well, that's a 10. That's not good. So
Oh, that was my only die.
yeah, so, and your leg is now broken as one of the
Yep.
crew member holds on to you as you are just suddenly reeling from this. And so you're having a bad day.
Okay.
But the ship is protected
Yay!
from the steam. So who's going to make a shot? And you can see the flesh. You're close enough that you can see the flesh. You're about 30 to 40 feet away from it.
Can I do a monster strength potential to throw the spark bomb at it
Oh, yeah.
to soften it up so Tom can make the shot?
Ooh.
Yeah, this would be a play. This will reduce the difficulty a lot as you make your own weak spot. You use the cash. This will be a 2-card play. So if you succeed, you create a weak spot. You reduce the difficulty of the shot itself. And if you fail, though, I will say you aggravate the monster, and your ship it takes heavy damage. And you'll either have to crash directly on the beast itself or try to limp. You have to start immediately fleeing to the highland to escape. So it just won't stay skyworthy. It's falling.
Right.
So very high stakes. And of course you'll lose some crew members. Probably either way, because there's going to be a lot of chaos going around. It is quite... you're in the boss battle. So 2-card challenge. Let me see here. What am I going to use? Wait, I need to draw 2 more cards. All right. Okay. All right. So you're using 2 cards and
3 cards.
Oh, yeah, you got 3 cards and you have that.
So I have the cash. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and flip them. It's combat. Obviously, I'm going to use another cash, and that is a 30.
Well, I'm doing nefarious doings.
Yeah.
by wounding it, so I get the crown.
All right. All right. I'll let you go through it. All right. Well, even with without the cash, or even without the crown, you would have succeeded because you got a 10 and a queen. So, all right. It barely succeeds. I mean, that's it. Well, I mean, what'd you get total?
43.
43 versus a 30. All right. It's not bad. All right. So, Tom, crack shot.
Crack shot.
All right.
indeed.
So since he's using my relic, cards switch to jacks. Or a card switches to a jack?
For nefarious doing, so that's more for sneaky sabotage stuff, not direct combat.
Alright, just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. Well, yours, yeah. So yours is more of a thieves' tool rather than a sniper weapon. But I mean, he can still use it, but he's not. This is a pretty sure combat. So this crack shot. He doesn't have a challenge cache because you got rid of that. You have the weak spot, so you know where to hit it. You don't have to do a separate play to figure out where to hit it because of its otherwise impenetrable hide. And so you can strike at it. So what do you want to do if you succeed? It's going to be a 3-card challenge because obviously you could have if you have a cache left, you could use that.
Can I contribute? With like a 2 or 3, if I can say how.
You will be part of the consequences if you fail.
What are the consequences again?
Well, we haven't established them yet, but you're going to be part of it.
I will give booming orders to make sure the crew keeps the ship stable.
The crew, everyone's going to be part of this. It's going to be...
it's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
Yep.
All right.
So a couple little boosts, I guess. I'm using Fadeaway Fighter as a strategy. I'm getting on that helm, getting ready to get the hell away. I mean,
All right. So if you fail... Well, okay, let's say if you succeed, you will find out you will use the Mystic Harpoon as it was meant to be used, and you will learn not only how to slay the beast... You will learn everything there is to know about it, and you'll be able to decide the fate of the beast. If you fail, though, the beast overrides you, and you reel the harpoon into the ship, and forcing everyone else to scatter or escape using escape kites back to the near. At this point, you're over the Highland, so you would have to float down to the using wind magic or something like that to survive. Because this is rather cataclysmic at this point. This is going to be the big thing. So, does those sound acceptable to you? Do you want to try and reduce? Or actually, you could make a play to reduce the consequences if he fails, or
like I said, I can handle our escape route.
Okay.
With
I still say for this.
potential.
Let's go big or go home.
Okay. So if you do this, you will be able to decide what happens.
Seriously, help me out, guys.
Yeah,
I've got this little bit.
So you could you're assisting. The entire crew is assisting with that.
Yes.
Is this with booming orders and feet of clay?
One or the other. If you use a feat of clay, I will let Tom use any face card to crown. So if he has at least one, use feat of clay. If you have any face cards, you can crown with that.
Fair enough.
I'll do that.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
So that's your assisting. Are you going to assist?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Is that in
Yes.
addition
Oh,
to
wait,
the
that's
numerical
not
value? Or?
No, that's your one thing.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Is this the one that you can just do
Two
two
or
or three?
three.
Okay.
Better for
Wait,
you.
it has to be a
Plus
2 or a 3 card? or-
No, if it's above a 3,
It counts
just,
as 2 points.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
but it does have to be the right suit.
Yes.
So it's it or the ship, really.
Yeah, beneath notice doesn't really work for this.
No, uncanny insight would work, or
Yeah,
where there's a will,
yes.
where there's a way.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. Okay.
Hold, basically here.
Yeah.
All right,
We got this, guys.
all right. So you're reeling in. You're getting closer. You're getting closer. You're waiting for the right moment, and then you fire. All right.
18.
All right. It's definitely crowning.
I'm definitely crowning. Is that a joker?
It is a no. It's a 2. Fortunately. Thanks to his card, that queen can be crowned.
28.
Plus 2 for me.
Yeah.
And
2
you
for me.
get the weak spot negated the challenge. Never mind.
Well, yeah. I don't get to use my cash, so I only get a 25.
All right.
So because I got a 2. So here's what happens. You use the mist harpoon, and the mist sort of flows around you, and you are suddenly linked with it, and you fire the bolt in the harpoon into the creature, and you feel a sense of the creature itself. The creature its sense of direction has been lost. There's a waypoint it is trying to find. And I've described the vertical geography of the Upwind fairly well, but I haven't described the horizontal. You see, the further you go out in a horizontal way, the fewer and fewer highlands there are, and eventually you get to a point where there's nothing but sky, and they call this the sky beyond. No, as far as anyone knows, there's nothing out there. It's just more sky, no, regardless of what depth or height you are at. And this creature, realize there's a place it knows of in the sky beyond. It is trying to find it. But something has poisoned it, something has cursed it. It can no longer find it. But you are not cursed this way. You realize if you were to use the mist harpoon, you would be protected from the beast's steam and its heat, and you could guide it to that point. But if you do that, you are guiding that beast out. That's it. Like, you don't know if you would ever. You don't know how far that is. You don't know if you would ever return. So this is like, you could either shut the beast off. You realize you could also control. You just tell the heart of the beast to just stop, and it would die. It would just start falling. It may even become a new Highland itself. But you could tell it to go to this place in the sky beyond, and you would see what is on the other side of the sky beyond. But you get a sense you probably would never return. Or maybe you would return maybe in 50 years, or maybe 100, or maybe never. That's assuming you survived the journey in the first place. So
Onward.
all right.
Dude, Monster Whisperer. I feel something for the creatures like this.
No, I kind of figured. I want to give that up. There was a way to stop it without killing it. So, Tulur, what are you doing as you suddenly just are enveloped by the mist? What do you tell your companions as you leap down?
I'm taking it home where it wants to go.
What? When do you be back?
Well, that's a question, isn't it?
What the fuck, man?
Look, if I get back in time, we'll meet up. But I kind of gotta take this ride to the end.
I'm charging interest on that loan. It was a loan, not a gift.
I understand.
All right. So he heads off. He leaps onto it. The steam does not hurt him. With the mist harpoon, and the beast sort of slowly stops and pivots and begins to turn away. Your ship barely is still actually relatively intact. You're just watching on the deck, holding onto the railing, that pain in your leg in there. But it starts steaming away. You've defeated the beast of scale.
Yeah, an airborne race.
Yeah. As Tulur heads into legend. And so that is the first of the beasts that have been defeated.
Side note, I heal Twy. By the way, that leg looks pretty bad.
Right.
So that ends the first of them. Which of the other two beasts do you want to deal with next?
So is Tulur just out of it now?
Yeah, you will have to make a new character. Yeah. Maybe he'll be back in the epilogue, maybe not.
50 years later.
So which of the two? There's the Beast of Alloy, which is some kind of flying war machine, and then there's the Beast of Strife, which is, who knows, some crazy person or something. Person-sized. You're the captain, so you get to decide.
What do you guys think, honestly?
Well, you're going to be playing on Monday?
Yeah.
I'm in for Monday, then Saturday I'm out. So.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to play till Saturday. So.
Okay.
Which is the threat you want to go with then? I mean, I get the honest impression I'm probably better built for the Strife, but I can also handle metal.
Well, you saw this adventure, even though it was like dealing with hunting a giant monster, there was social and
I understand. I don't know,
mystery and a whole murder investigation.
And Tom can now make.
Well, we can deal with that after the recording.
Yeah.
Question, comments, discussions. How do you guys like this? This is your first time with Upwind, so what'd you think?
It was cool. There's more, strategy and thinking about cards and not playing all your big ones first. And yeah, that's a little more interesting than just, luck of the dice. Oh, they didn't roll right. Well, too bad. Well, this is more like, well, you're stupid and you didn't use your cash.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, obviously there's a little system mastery, so you have to learn the nuance of the system, but you guys mostly succeeded.
Oh, No, that's good.
Do you find out if we actually can share information as a group? I know it's a little bit hacknetty, but it's still also...
I'll have to look to see if that's part of the thing. So character creation was pretty simple, or you thought it was pretty straightforward?
Once it was explained, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to read the rules and wrap my head around it, but the character creation rules really don't walk you through it step by step.
It's a rough draft,
Yeah, it gives you like the vague.
When you get the
guidelines.
actual published book, it will be better.
Once it all clicked, it made sense, and I like the concept.
But the setting, the adventure itself,
it's very cool.
Yeah, any other thoughts?
I like the mechanics. I like how it is very much more. It's more of a thinking man's RPG, especially because I caught myself looking at the cards that I'd spent and realizing, hey, I spent a lot of face cards, and that was the biggest reason why I tossed that Joker in there.
Yeah.
I was like, I could toss this Joker anytime, but the more face cards that I ended up tossing out there, I was like, all right, I need to shuffle these back in so I at least have a chance to draw them again.
Right. That is kind of
There's
nice.
also definitely a bluff element between players and GM. It's not.
I know, yeah, that whole flying down there. Yeah, it's going to be 2-card challenge. It's going to be really bad if you fail. Oh, yep. And just drop.
That's like,
2 out of 3.
no, let's do it. Do it alive. Yeah, I had this every time.
Yeah.
Eventually, the game doesn't encourage a lot of go big or go home.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You totally know, like, yeah, if I had a chance to save the monster. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna
I
happen.
put that in there for you. I want to make it just not a binary, like a you
Kill.
killed. Yeah, I want to present more. And the other beasts will have different options too.
Yeah.
I've already got ideas for another character I can make.
Yeah, character creation, especially
Now
once
I
you're
got
used to
it.
the
Now
system,
that
does not
Right,
take
yeah,
long.
now I've got
So as
ideas
far as
for
what
other
to
types of
pursue next
characters.
session, how's this? Okay, so you two are planning on being back for the 4th session. No,
I will probably not be back.
Well, we'll get Aaron
Yeah.
or somebody
Yeah.
in there.
Well, you could probably play on Monday, couldn't you?
No, not this Monday.
Yeah,
Well,
Life
yeah, we'll talk
happens.
about it.
Figure it out.
So we'll figure that out. But basically,
Maybe-
I liked it still.
All right,
I mean,
we'll figure it out.
it's great.
Very fun.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next time.